Okay, we're back.
We in the dungeon.
We're in the dungeon.
Our new room just for D&D. Cool. Thank you all for being patient over the last couple months as we got moved in and got all this set up. For today's session, I think because of just the way that this campaign is coming to an end, I think it's probably safe to estimate that there's probably going to be between 2 to 4 sessions remaining of this game. So kind of prep yourself for that.
After today or?
Including today.
Including today.
So depending on how things go with current situations here and across the land.
I'm sad.
What the hell is that thing?
Wait, what?
I said, what the hell is that thing?
So the reason for that, obviously, Heather and Seamus are going to have to take a little bit of leave while they bring in the little one. But then also, we're already towards kind of the end of this game, and with all of these delays that have happened, it just kind of slowed down some of the inertia of the game. So kind of want to get this one wrapped up, and then we can work on over, say, like November and December, I'll world build the next game, and we'll do kind of individual one-on-ones or small groups, like one-shots and shit like that. But I think I don't know a start date for the next one. I'm just saying it'll probably be a few months. But yeah, so I think a few more sessions of this campaign, and then we'll really get to break in the new space with a whole new experience. So hopefully that's cool with everybody, and if not, go fuck yourself. But what that means is we are in accelerator mode when it comes to leveling up and getting cool shit and using cool shit.
And that helps you out.
And doing cool shit.
I know. Darn.
So just for that reason, that is why you guys leveled up to 14. In my experience, 14 is usually the sweet spot where you get when you pick a class, you try to get to 14 because that's where you get the cool thing that you got the class for. And so hopefully you guys all got that now, except for you multi-classing weirdos.
If you give me 12 more levels, I'll get whatever I want in every class.
Hey, we might level 2-3 times. You never know.
So
How do I go
with all of that said, to recap the last session, I'll do my best because it's been a while. But essentially, you all landed in this now futuristic ruined city of Redborough, which has now been renamed Asheroth. Asheroth is run by groups of factions that all have different ideals around the religion and the history and the future of this land. And with that comes a lot of friction and complication. One of the things that's universally known is that there was going to be a prophecy of essentially divine coming of the king returning. You guys now know that you are all that prophecy, not just Callan. You are all the ones that were said to come back and bring peace and regain prosperity in the land. Now, in your just a couple of days of being in the city, we're able to successfully gain favor of most of these factions, at least their spearheaded leader. And you created a impromptu council to create a peace treaty. And that is pretty much where we're going to kick off this session, is after you've done that. I will add, as just a recap so everyone is just up to speed, you did have an encounter with some of the Astral Brotherhood, and for the first time you've seen what you maybe had no idea about the severity of their clan or their Cullen of people, their thrall, right? And now you do. You've seen them. You've fought them. Each one is difficult, and they're said to have thousands. On that
Gross.
Thousands of mind flayers. That's fine.
all across Africa. Also, can you guys hear the music on that side of the room too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah, I just want to make sure because we only hear it from here.
No, I
They're
hear-
gonna only hear it from there, so it's pretty cool. All right, so we kick off this session as the Archmage Eladrin is with a stack of papers at this ramshackled, broken building that used to be this beautiful keep within the castle that the Shazera family held. I have to change this music. I can't even pretend like that's not driving me crazy. Hold on. Just literally anything else.
Just random dithering flute music.
No, it's don't want to miss a thing.
Oh.
I was like, I
I don't
can't.
want to miss
I thought it was like We Are the Champions playing at one point. And I'm like, is that what that
Yeah,
is?
it's just an entire list of just like barred versions of stuff.
Hardcore.
Cool. So Eldrin, like the older man in his white robes, slaps a bunch of papers on this table, and again, it's not like this big grand table. It's a bunch of kind of small tables and things pushed together into a circle of piecemeal furniture.
The octagon.
Kinda, yeah. And the roof, the ceiling of this has been blown off. You're in this tower that towards the top of the tower, the top most you can be, and there are a dozen or so people. You see the representation from the Corsairs, even the Black Talons. He's there representing, even though not the Black Talons, the Silver Serpents, the Black Talons, the Crimson Dawn. Everyone's here, seated, kind of looking at each other, a little unsure, hesitant, waiting for someone to kind of make the first wrong move. You can kind of gain that insight from looking at them. Seems like everyone's here for the right reasons, but maybe not. So
Love that intro.
you also hear the occasional growl and purr of a large ice phoenix standing guard
I would like to think that Bjorn is like,
attached to the
Yep.
side, attached to the side of this castle. He's just clinging on, just looking, keeping guard, making sure there's none of these suspicious clouds or anything coming by. That would be awful.
Yeah.
just
It's like some sort of block contrivance.
I would never do that to speed up this council meeting.
man, is that a train?
We're here to exercise our civic duty, okay?
Yeah, this entire game, even though this game started before Baldur's Gate came out, this is actually all just the prequel, and this is how you got picked up and start in the Nautiloid.
Awesome.
Cool. So, Eldrin, I keep wanting to say Feldrin. Eldrin puts these papers down, and he's like, I've been working all night. I think I've put something together that is fair for everyone here. The Chosen came to me with this responsibility, and I took it seriously. Very seriously. Sorry, I'm tired. It was a long night. Okay, and so he starts reading through, and he gives sort of an overview of the treaty, which for all of you, I will send over what this document is here in just a second. But essentially, it goes through a brief preamble which he reads aloud. It says, "We, the undersigned representation of the various factions of Azeroth, recognizing the dire need for peace and stability in our city, seeking to end the centuries of conflict and division, hereby come together to establish this treaty of unity. This document shall serve as a binding agreement to foster cooperation, mutual respect, and restoration of order within Azeroth." And as he finishes saying that, just the beginning of the preamble, he looks up at all of you, essentially the witnesses of this. They put together this council. And he looks at Callan and kind of makes eye contact with each of you guys all sort of just standing there like bodyguards, making sure like I dare you type shit. And he looks up and he says, it occurs to me that maybe you don't want it to be called Asheroth anymore. With a new council and new elders, perhaps a rebirth name is in order.
Cornelius. Cornelius.
Oh my god.
She's saying,
That's not what it's supposed to do.
Isadora's peeping in the corner. Forgive her.
New land, new city.
You know, Feywild would be a good. No. I get it. No, it's fine.
We might as well just do Shazera land then, you know. What was that before?
That's got a nice ring to
That
it.
is a pretty common naming convention, so it'd be pretty par for the course, actually. Callanland.
Callanton?
Callan.
Callan. Callan'sburg.
Callan.
Catalonia. Catalonia. Welcome to the city of...
Patrick.
It sounds like shit. Name it Thaldron City.
New
Easy
Thaldron?
It's not bad. New Thaldron.
It does speak to the unity, and I can endorse that.
It's good. I can go with that.
We're in agreement. New Aldrin. I need to make some updates to my paperwork. He starts like scribbling and scratching things out. Actually, do need to make some updates.
Control F.
He says, please, all of you, talk amongst yourself. You know, read over these articles, and he throws out the articles of essentially breaking down this document as he goes through and starts to update some of the more the titular factors of it. And there's articles of peace describing sort of the outline of what that means. So Article 1 is the Declaration of Peace. It's a ceasefire agreement, a non-aggression pact. Article 2 is territorial boundaries, recognition of territories, enforcements, and safe zones. Article 3 is governance and cooperation. So the Council of now New Thaldron, and a joint security force, including a militant effort to fight those up north. Article 4, economic and resource sharing, so trade agreements, resource allocation, etc. Article 5, justice and reconciliation, so amnesty provisions, truth and reconciliation commissions. And then finally, Article 6 is the cultural exchange and education. So acceptance of cultural programs and educational opportunities to all within the city. And these all have, little subverbs, little blurbs about them, but mainly that's sort of the idea. It's just it's kind of a contract, if you will, of being not dickheads to each other. So so you guys read through that while I do this, and you guys talk amongst yourself because that's what we do.
As everybody's talking and reading through it, can I just keep an eye on if anybody's like showing contempt for the things that they're reading, like eye rolls or laughing or things like that?
Yep, roll insight.
Okay. My passive insight's 22. Does that matter?
Fuck you. You
My
don't need to roll
I can also
insight.
read lips.
Level 14, baby!
I don't think you need to ever roll insight again. I think you're good.
I'm right below him on insight. Right below.
It says like 3. Moving their twiddling my thumbs. I thought I was looking better than 9. 12. Not bad.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
When I said talk amongst yourself, I was reading that.
Oh, okay.
And then you asked me something immediately. I'm trying to update this real quick. No, you're fine. I'm trying to do it quickly
Breaking rules.
so I can send
A
this to you.
standard no dickheadery. So that says. I can't read. Wait, are you playing it? Also, who's shuffling those damn papers?
No.
Did Manny get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, none of us use our interesting fact in a while. Because we only played two.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's true.
I hate the sound of shuffling papers.
This is gonna be torture for
Yeah,
you.
it's
It's a fun
he's
game.
already shuffled a lot of papers. Just leave them down and pick up one.
One
There you
page
go.
at a time.
No. A whole stack of papers. Here you go.
How did he write at least 9 copies of this overnight?
Magic.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of duplicating
Even
thing, right?
at my finest.
Magic hand.
Copy and paste.
You must have not gotten in trouble when you were growing up. They
Huh?
made us write a lot on the board when I was a kid, and I devised a little thing where it held a lot of chalk all at once. So maybe he's got like a really big thing that has lots of pens on it.
I suppose so. I always took great joy in writing long manuscripts into the night. So,
Maybe he
Good for
has
you,
that
that's
too.
some gas.
Alara from the Crimson Dawn, you guys also know her as Akari. She is wearing her mask, as she always does. And she is surveying everyone. She is, you notice, because of the way that she's sort of looking around with your passive insight, you notice she's taking a little, she's like kind of like wincing her eyes a little bit, reading some of the articles. As you look closely, you see it in pretty much everyone. Everyone has at least something that they don't love. But at the moment, they're not doing anything about it. There's no outrage, there's no,
Opposition.
yeah, it's
It's
just,
just-
they're just mentioning
We can
it.
tell we're going to be compromising and we're not super happy about it. Okay.
Can I do a quick detect magic, see if there's any like extra peering eyes?
Yes.
Ooh, good call. Good thinking.
I've only got like 3
Good
spells,
answer.
so,
Good answer.
I could do my
Show me
divine
your
sense.
What's the, you don't detect any, nothing of what you're looking for. There is magic here, but it's not like peering eyes or scrying or any divination. What are you doing?
Do I sense any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of
Yes. My Crocs.
Well,
ones that I was expecting?
Yes.
Okay.
Any that you weren't expecting.
Any that I wasn't expecting?
No.
Okay.
The
way he does
No.
Just want to make sure. Want to make sure.
No, not like that. All right, guys, sending you.
I look about the room. Do I see people with eyes?
Yes.
Do you see me without?
During this time, you all notice that Callan steps down and he steps away while Eladrin is updating everything, and this process takes about 15-20 minutes or so, and as the faction leaders are starting to get a little antsy, sitting here waiting for him to fix his calligraphy on every single Asheroth. He didn't have a Control F to be able to do it quickly like I did, so he had to go through and just.
But I think there's a fuck up and there's some like.
Did you share it like as a? Because we all have to. We're all having to log.
Oh,
in.
that's annoying. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Don't worry, I also requested access.
Yeah, we all requested access.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you all.
Thank you for sharing.
I'm declining.
No.
fine all.
Wow.
I asked, please.
I did actually decline because I'm just going to open it.
Thank you. Anyone with the
For some reason, I
link?
thought that was a camera on.
Oh, here we go.
I was like, I want that.
All right, now try.
There we go.
Well, now I don't want to.
Much better. Do I have?
Okay.
Do I have permission to look at it?
There we go. Now I
Find
can
out.
see it.
Everybody else requested.
Deny.
Oh, I didn't mean to harp that, but there you go.
Oh.
Thanks, Shade.
Organize this thing.
Wow.
So good. This is sick as fuck.
And he did this while we were moving and while we were working on everything.
So you also
Thanks for not having a life.
If you all go towards the bottom, you'll also see in the footnotes that this treaty excludes the Silver Serpents, who have chosen not to participate in the peace process at this time. Efforts to bring them into the fold shall continue, with the hope that they will eventually join in the quest for a unified New Thaldrum. This peace treaty symbolizes a new era of cooperation and stability in New Thaldrum, laying the foundation for a brighter future for all of its inhabitants. Aww.
Isn't that cute?
So,
I'm a financier.
be about it.
God. She would trust you with the money.
And so around this time, you all see Callan come back from where he stepped away for a while, dressed in regal attire.
Thanks on that one.
Adam,
Of me?
Adam, why don't you explain what
And my beautiful wife. I don't want to see that
Did Callan have the face bone?
He had the face bone.
Yes.
I think he's in that pose, is what he was trying to say.
Just kind of like.
It's behind the set, but it's a good picture.
that was
That's
so
cool.
cool.
That's
You look
social
great,
harmony.
Tristan.
You're welcome.
Social
That's what I want to go into. Yeah.
Love
He's
that.
kind of obsessed with me. It's fine.
But me looking pretty.
Thanks, guys.
So,
You're welcome.
so Adam, explain a little bit more about, because obviously this is just a stock image. But
Yeah, so Callan walks in more clean than you've ever seen him. Like, shaven, and if you look closely, you'd probably see a few nicks. He's not used to it. But everything is tied neatly. He doesn't have a crown up top like that. He has a circlet that goes around as a single gold ball with a ruby in the middle. And he has the same kind of outfit, except he has this big overflowing cloak that seems too small for him. And it's more purple and white, very royal purple. And on his glaive, so he walks in more standing up. He looks clean. He looks very much like Elias right now. I should not have that, but he looks very close to Elias. Not as gold, but just you can now see more of the resemblance now. He's clean. And around his glaive, he has a scarf that looks very tied. It's very flowery. And he just walks in and is trying to appear more kingly and very regal. And he has a scroll in his other hand. And I don't know if all of y'all got to the bottom of the document. But he'll walk up. I don't know if everyone's paying attention now that I walk back in.
You might.
No, you have your princess walking down the stairs.
Bard music.
We're all here today to...
Here he is,
Shrek!
his beauty.
Shrek!
Shrek.
Cue the Shrek.
We're all here to build a city that we all once called home. We call it New Thaldrum now. We called it Astaroth. I called it Redborough. And these titles, and I'll give the paper, I mean, it's already in the document, but I'll give the paper for, what's his name? Eladrin?
New Eldrin.
To read, which is, I cannot govern this alone. I need the council. But each of you offers something I cannot. I have the blood of the dynasty. That is my luck in this world. But I can't do magic. I don't remember what happened yesterday. I'm good at fighting, but I'm not good at strategy. I know how to count. I spend money like nothing else. I can't shoot. Magic eludes me. It confuses me. So, I ask all of you to reign with me in some form or fashion. And I'll address the council, and you have your territories. You are the lifeblood of this city now. I'm not going to take that away. I'm gonna is the Silver Serpent guy here?
I want to say I named him Clint.
So
That
I don't
sounds
remember.
right. That sounds right. Such with a C. Remember your starting with
I
a C.
think it was
Looks like
Clint.
Clint.
I think it was Clint. So Clint looked back at you. What's up?
God damn.
Okay.
Not a better man for the job.
And those who have agreed to the non-pact of aggression is wise. But I did tell you, and I'll look directly at him, that you are either with us or against us. This city cannot tolerate people who will not fight, people who take people's souls. Serve a god who is behind a divine gate and would happily destroy us if he could. You've seen him. Yes, you, Silver Serpents. You are the representative for your organization.
Yeah, I didn't really volunteer for that one, but I feel like...
None of us volunteered for this.
Yeah, you're fucking scary, dude. Happy to tell boss that you're dead.
And... what was I saying? I forgot. Shit.
No. If you weren't with us,
Oh, you are with us, you're against us.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Still working on the speech part.
Yeah.
He's good at this.
Yeah.
Stay one.
He's another
You are
living
against us.
training.
I do not determine to eliminate crime or thievery, whatever it is you do. It is part of a city. I took part in it. We all probably took part in it at some point in time. Crime exists. The Silver Serpent could find a home here. But if they will not have it, I will not let them. And I'll kind of look at Mulcraft. Okay. And I'll grow huge. And then he'll become gargantuan.
Bjorn's like...
Someone out in the street just sees his head pop through the top of the tower.
Oh, I'm like 80 feet tall now.
Like
So I can see over most of the city, correct? I'd imagine. Okay.
You're almost
Do I remember
the castle.
Do I remember where the Silver Serpents kind of were? Their base?
Yeah, I don't, but you do.
Yeah.
You definitely did.
Well, no. Part of growing as the barbarian is that my items grow with me. So I now have an 80-foot glaive, and I want to activate the glaive. And I don't want to hurt anybody, so I want to put it like behind the area, but I kind of want to stab it behind the base of the Silver Serpents.
Oh, I don't think you can't reach that.
I don't know how tall it is or how far.
No, I mean it'd probably it's a big city. It's probably like a mile or two.
Okay.
Like,
Does it have a chain on it?
I mean, it does.
Just throw it and aim for
Can I
that spot.
throw it?
You absolutely can.
And then bring it back so you
Just like Zeus, just.
Okay.
I don't want to hit the building. I don't want to kill them. This is intimidation.
Pets.
Roll a ranged attack.
Oh no.
What if he gets it? I love it. I'm worried if he drops it on
17
accident.
plus 14, so 33.
We're fine.
Should have inspired that.
What are you aiming for specifically?
Like, I imagine they were kind of on the edge of town, so I was kind of aiming just for like open space behind the wall. Right, like I didn't want to destroy buildings, just kind of like where the open fields
The
were.
open space behind the wall with an 80-foot glaive.
He wants them to feel.
80-foot diameter.
Yeah.
No, it's just the blade. The pole would be 8
He
feet
wants
tall.
them to feel the shaking.
Yeah.
And
they
see
do.
a huge glaive.
Yeah, you watch as like you said, very Zeus-like.
Trevor,
head popping out.
What is that? Just
like an Olympian. Just and you guys watch the static and like celestial energy kind of like spark off of it as it flies through the air, and it like shooting an apple off of someone's head, just right over the building into the kind of
Foresty area.
Yeah, forest right behind, and you just see a crater that keeps going for 15, 20 feet beyond the initial impact.
And then it goes.
And you shrink back down,
Yep.
or you stay big boy.
I'll shrink back down.
And so
Just to not
you're
really
the only
intimidating.
one. Just so everyone knows, you're the only one that could see where you threw that or what happened. And so you watch Clint go.
They are alive. I did not hit them. But understand, she needs to come next time. And I would like to roll intimidation.
I shit myself.
He's peeing as you speak.
7.
He said, "Do you want? Should I go get her now?
Take her a copy. There's other copies of this thing, right?
he has a copy.
I have a
Take it
Say,
to
go
her.
get her now.
Tell her the importance of fighting the Astral Brotherhood. Once the Astral Brotherhood is gone, she is free to be a part of this council, like all of us. Free to lead her organization within reason, or killing everybody. But I understand you run a criminal organization. That is part of life.
Yeah.
The Astral Brotherhood will not be.
Yep, I believe everything you're saying, sir. Aye. I'll talk to her tonight, tomorrow, yesterday.
Yesterday.
I think she can hear me from here. Okay.
Elias never got that big for me.
It turns white.
Oh my god.
I love that that's recorded.
Some sad violin music.
You said you never slept with me, but lie detector test determined that was a little.
I did sleep with my dad.
Anywho.
You call me a prostitute?
She really never did sleep with him.
I did say next time she needs to come. So,
I saw an opportunity, guys.
What
I
the
had to take it.
I'm wondering where my brown trousers are.
1 second, making a quick addendum after that speech, because fuck.
Did we all sign this? I'm assuming. Are we
Not yet. So I had something written out, assuming you would do some Adam shit like that. But now I have to go back and change all the fucking times I wrote Asheroth. I'm really happy with myself for improving that moment of having you change the name of the city. Just really fucking great job, Shade.
Can't you hit
Did you use Word?
Yeah,
Or
I was gonna. Can't you do
Control F,
replace all? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's why I said it's easy with this new technology.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder, but I just wanted to make sure that it made sense grammatically in some places. So
Gotcha.
just making sure it all looks right.
That's crazy. He wrote 9 copies. It was like, you changed the name of the city that fast.
Yes, you couldn't have told me yesterday.
20 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So Eldrin says, I figured this might happen. I prepared a 7th article. And he looks at all of the faction leaders and he says, and he shuffles the papers.
Please, just.
One more time.
And he says, something we've lost for too long is leadership. And this man, this very large man, and of course his allies have shown that they know how to lead and are not scared of the repercussions of what that means to make these decisions. So, by signing into this treaty, you will also be signing into a new leadership of New Thaldrin. Please review Article 7. And he says, and we will call this council the Divine Eight.
Ooh.
Sorry, Trey.
Shep does not want to be a part of that.
I'm a free man.
Oh,
Thanks.
It's like divinate, but
Oh, did you change? Oh, you just changed.
so essentially, in summary, it's just saying that the formation of this Divine Eight Council, upon signing the treaty, all factions agree to recognize the Divine Eight as the supreme governing body overseeing the restoration of future governance of New Thaldra. The Divine Eight will be composed of the witnesses who signed this treaty, which is, of course, all of you. There will be a few additional members of the council from just the Archmage group, who's just there to pretty much offer additional witnesses and essentially make sure there's no shady shit going on. but they're not really going to be decision makers on the council. But essentially, you guys will be the leaders, the bosses. Every 10 years, the roles will be updated and potentially changed. But there will always be spiritual leaders. There will be stewardship. So you guys are that group now. And now you start to see some of the faces really get a little concerned. And finally, there's a few that kind of speak up against what is being said, what is being talked about. Surprisingly, the first is Alara Voss, or Akari. They all know her as the Red Mask. And for the first time for anyone in this city, besides, of course, her Crimson, she actually removes that mask and you see Akari. She says, I feel the leadership is strong with these 8, and I think we should all put our faith in them. When looking at the treaty, however, I don't think I agree, and I would love if there was anyone who disagrees with me to speak up. But I don't think amnesty should be for all. I think atrocities that were commenced over the last centuries, someone should still pay. Those that bled the country dry simply cannot walk away unscathed. Justice must not be sacrificed, just to call it peace.
We are freshly arrived, and our old home of Redborough, we was thriving with culture, meat, grain, music, and everything. So what do you mean bled dry by who, and by what means?
The selfish... and she takes a minute, she says, individuals within groups can sometimes paint the group poorly. With that said, the Black Talons and the Iron Guard have proven over the last few centuries that anything that must be done will be done, whatever that means.
I'll look to the Iron Guard first.
He's standing there strong. He's like, absolutely. It needs to be done, it'll be done.
But by what means does she mean atrocities?
We value the safety of the city, the prophecy. They apparently did not value their heads.
I like to think that Shrev is actually like...
I'm like behind him. I'm like...
And what crimes were deemed worthy of execution?
Anything against the Iron Guard?
Petty theft. If I were to step on your toes, literally, would I be worthy of execution? Or if I picked my nose in your vicinity? I don't have one of those.
Stick with the foot thing, very heavy.
If someone were to belch around you, is that worthy of death? You say cross the Iron Guard. I think we're at a point to split hairs. Define what you mean by that.
I'm glad you're speaking to me about this, because I also have issue with this treaty, and...
Oh, the Talons will be questioned.
Good. I'm more concerned with the territories as well.
Okay.
Because of what you asked. I'm not going to behead an innocent civilian for making a mistake. Stepping on toes, hilariously picking your nose as an example. But
Clank.
where there is intent to do wrong and do harm, we take offense.
Okay.
So territories are something I cherish. boundaries are something I cherish, because within my boundaries and territories, I expect peace. However, if we are all to hold our own territories, what's to stop us from creating our own rule set again within those territories? What I might deem as protecting my own, someone else may not, and vice versa. Would I be safe to travel to another territory, even with this peace treaty, if they have a different idea of safety?
What does it say about them? What does it say about the territories?
That any major redistribution of them as a group vote, recognition of territories and factions, recognized, respected. So where they are, they'll stay.
Okay.
They're safe zones.
And then the council votes as a group to amend any territorial boundaries.
Okay.
So the way that I kind of set this up to be somewhat game related is each of these faction leaders, have you guys have noticed, have a problem with a piece of it. And with you all combating that with reasoning and justice and just overall persuasion, we'll essentially boil it down to roles. And depending on the success of the roll is whether or not there's going to be any adjustments made to the treaty or if an article gets completely taken out if you fail.
Okay.
So there's a chance that certain things get removed from the treaty, but it's essentially in its form right now. It's pretty much fleshed out completely, like everything you could probably want as you guys being the new leaders. So there'll be roles.
Was she sleeping?
I think so.
What's up, Mama? She wants to be a leader.
So that's how, we'll see how it works, but that's how I thought we should do it. Is
Okay.
essentially, whenever they come up with their objection, you guys kind of work around it, come up with a solution, and if they are satisfied with it, it'll be based on rules.
Rickard, might I direct you to Article 1, Subsection 2, the Non-Aggression Pact. Each faction commits to refraining from any acts of aggression, sabotage, or subterfuge against one another. I would say that if you were to enter into another person's territory or someone into yours, you do have your sets of rules, but someone walking into your territory and not outright committing any offenses, I would say needs to be respected and honored by the Non-Aggression Pact. And vice versa, if one of your men were to wander into another territory with no malicious intent, because they have to pass through for whatever reason, and they are harmed, you would take offense to that, and it would be a violation of the Non-Aggression Pact. So, while you do have your own individual rules and understandings within your territories, in the very first article of this agreement, we refrain from hurting one another so that we can protect each other from whatever happens out, any invading forces or outside influence.
And I would like to remind that this is a new city. This is not 5 individual territories with a leadership. This is a city. We need to work together. There is not your city will do something else, the Red City will do something else, and the Talons will do something else. We have to work together.
And he nods and he looks to Feria. He says, he's reading the document. Everyone's kind of reading it, like it's like a book club. They're like, he says, it shows here that you're the militant leader of your divine council.
That's right.
Flipping through pages.
What would be your stance on if there were a crime committed within a territory? Would it need to be reported to you first, or am I able to imply justice?
I think any action that's taken needs to be collaborative. It needs to be collaborative, and there might be layers to that. But for one person to take action in the moment means that we are not working together as a city. So it might be me, but it might be someone else that we all deem together to help make that decision. The goal here is to take away the singular faction making the decision by themselves.
Would I be permitted to apprehend said person until a decision is made.
Absolutely.
Roll persuasion.
That's how courts work.
Yeah, I need to come up with like a
judge.
rules for It's like
Laws.
who's going to be that person that determines what that punishment
So
is.
yeah,
Usually the-
yeah. The next campaign is actually just like a Law and Order version.
dun, dun, dun. Okay, that'll be the intro for all
These
our videos.
adventures are trying to organize
Zero on
in
that.
the city.
It's
That's
just
a 5.
it's just nonstop like
Shit.
PvP, but like
We
this,
can't
this,
help with
this
that?
courtroom versus
Do you
that
want to
courtroom.
inspire me? We can't help
It's a little late.
I didn't help her with that.
Yeah.
Did you say you were helping with that?
No.
You can.
Yeah, do it again.
Even after the fact?
No,
Okay.
you roll it.
I roll it.
Yeah, you roll using her modifier.
Well, I have a 0, so.
So just roll.
Maybe better than a 5.
Not by much.
A 6?
No.
What's your modifier?
A 0.
Oh, 9.
They're
Yeah.
close to apprehensive.
He was looking for a fight anyway.
They're closer to me, so they're getting my badge usually.
I feel if I have permission to apprehend, I should have permission for judgment within my territory, at least.
Think about how that plays out and how it has played out. You take action by yourself, a faction retaliates. Another faction retaliates on that, and now we have the same problem that led us all here in the first place. If you have someone from the Iron Guard go to another territory and they apprehend and enact punishment that you don't agree with, I imagine that you would not be very happy about that.
No, I don't think I would. I would
So,
kill them.
right. But then it goes against Article 1, right? Those non-aggressive acts. So if we can come together and come up with a system for giving judgment or consequences for these actions that are not permitted in each territory and in New Thaldron as a whole, maybe this could help us with this.
How about this? And he's looking at all the faction leaders too. How about this? Why don't we just take out the boundaries? As the big man said, we are one city, a new city. We're all gonna live where we live anyway. Why do we need a boundary?
That is a good point. Yeah.
We
Since I disagree, your iron fist has been a problem for not only my people, but everybody else in this entire city for decades. You not having boundaries is the only thing that's kept us alive.
What?
I think you meant it the other way.
You having boundaries kept him alive, or
Yes.
not having boundaries? Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
It was a moment of passion. Shut up. And he looks and sees you like standing just off of the table, and he makes sure to make a note of looking at everyone who's sitting at the table. And he looks over at you, not at the table, and he says, "Anyways, what do we think of this?"
I'm going to modify his memory real quick.
Go ahead, go for it.
So this is going to be at 7th level.
I'm not fucking around.
So you can modify what, like the past 10 years?
30 days.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just on repeat at random moments where he's the most insecure, like when he's taking a shower, taking a shit, whatever. In the last 30 days, I'm going to have that glaive throw play in his head on repeat.
So you're choosing to modify his memory not to just make him agree.
To terrify him. I need him to know.
Alright, what's the saying?
He needs to know the rule for stepping out.
Wisdom.
As you can see, the glaive has no boundaries.
He fails.
With his help, you threw that through time and threw him in.
Yeah, he fails.
Yep.
So
I would like to know Alara's. Mhm.
he takes a lot of shit. So
Food here isn't good, guys.
high grain. And you see like glaze goes over his eyes. He looks immediately at Callan.
Callan is trying to look very regal, but like
Come on, work.
I can, or just trying to be intimidating
And you see him.
without using intimidating presence.
So I will. Let me just. There is one caveat. So everyone has the copies that they're holding, but there is a master document that Eladrin
Mm-hmm.
has, and he kind of looks at you, and you just see this like glaze go over his eyes, this fear. He looks down, kind of shakes it off, looks at his piece of paper, sets it down, and stands up. He turns and walks away from the table, walks around the table to where Eladrin is, and he's the first signatory that signs.
As he was leaving, I was yeah.
I will stand up and give him a good, like, bracer to bracer.
Yeah.
Like, thank
Wow.
you. And
I'm not sure what just happened.
well, all right then.
I'm down.
Trev, why do you look so guilty?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh no! What are you doing? Trev, why are you sweating?
Well, the reason I was going to ask about Alara is because if he was still feeling like someone not at the table was not important, I would want to know what his leader's thoughts were, but it don't matter now.
No,
He signed it.
He got literally scared. Speaking of Alara, she looks at him and as he's signing, and she goes to stand up as almost to follow, and then she stops and looks back at everyone. She says, "So he's just gonna get away with it."
You bring about justice. You asked, what do we do? And I'll look at Melcroft. You stated in the document that war crimes are not permitted, or acts of extreme cruelty. We don't know what acts these have been committed. You and these other faction members will have to guide us on things that have happened. And unfortunately, I would have to ask for proof. We weren't here until 2 weeks. I don't know how long we've actually been here.
Like 3 days.
We've been here 3 days. The last time I remember the city was 412 years ago. Where the militant, like me and Theria, would carry out justice in terms that equaled what was done.
You ask for proof. I ask for proof.
Proof of
I've
what?
also never seen you carry out justice. I've seen you intimidate, but I've never seen this proof either.
So you're asking for a blood debt. Define the blood debt.
I'm asking that members of the Black Talon and Iron Guard that have killed what I would consider innocent individuals for petty crimes, killed dead, cannot continue, their family names cannot continue in this world because someone got their ego hurt, that they took a handkerchief or a piece of bread. I'm asking that those should be held accountable for the atrocities committed during years of this anarchy.
Do you have those members? And that's to the Iron Guard and like, are there members that slaughtered families because they were hungry?
And the gentleman who just signed the document, he says, regretfully, yes.
Then why don't we apply this future plan of bringing these people to justice for those past crimes? We set up a system where these people can come in and answer for that.
So what you're wanting is to get rid of the amnesty clause and change it to
I
future court clause.
would like to point everyone to Article 5, subsections 1 and 2, the amnesty provisions. A general amnesty is granted to all combatants for actions taken before the signing of this treaty, with exceptions for war crimes and acts of extreme cruelty, which shall be adjudicated by the Council of New Thaldrin, of which, Alara, if you sign, you are a member. 2, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. A commission will be established to document past grievances, facilitate dialogue, and promote a healing amongst the factions. I love talking. So if we could sit down and sift through the years of trauma that this poor city has undergone, I personally would see to it that justice is seen and meted out in a way that everyone, well, we may not all be happy with, but we can at least respect an article dedicated to exactly this situation. And
she looks at Thorn, the Iron Guard leader. She looks over at him and she says, and then she looks back at you, and by signing this, those who we deem have committed these acts must step forward.
they will need to face punishment,
And
yes.
she signs.
Done.
I'm not going to have you roll because her entire argument was essentially already in the article. So just reading it out.
Melicroft's got a pair of little glasses.
He's guys right now. He's sitting there like,
Yeah, like superhuman.
I love it. He's like, I'd like to bring your attention to Article 2, subsection 1.
page 47. So addendum B.
This also shows how much of a nerd Cody is. It's not just Melicroft coming
He's
out.
like,
Like, he already has the articles ready. Yeah, I know what's in this. He's like, Article 2!
He can totally stand it. It's just digital in him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's like had his own version of ChatGPT. Like,
all right.
Waiting! I was trying to be as quiet as possible.
He's adoring it.
Whatever, since we're not talking anymore, I'll just do this. Y'all are mean. Just kidding, I love you.
the silence got so loud.
That's why I turned around and I see Adam just staring at me, and then I'm like, oh god.
I couldn't figure out who Shade was staring at, so I was like, was it Adam? No.
No. Okay, so next is the course. So
We're doing great.
Too bad.
someone have papers, please. So the Corsairs, Captain Lysandra, the admiral of the Corsairs, she steps up and says, I like this. I like this discourse. Seems people are taking this seriously. Also seems that you have thought of almost everything. What I don't seem to think is fair is the resource sharing. Of course, everyone should do their
She
part.
was going to bring that shit up. I'm sitting there like,
He's ready.
She's going to go for the trade.
The trade one.
Everything, of course, should be shared and used to a certain abundance in the city, but I disagree with the principle that it should all be shared because, well, let's be honest with each other. We control the seas. We control almost all trade. And to say that we are just stewards of your will to do all the labor and everyone else eats that fruit, I don't think that's fair. We control the seas. And with that, all the flow of trade. Sharing our spoils it's not peace, it's piracy of a different kind.
So in that clause, whatever clause it is,
Sorry, can you show me?
Article 4.
Article 4,
Article 4, subsection
trade 1. The word equitable is there. And I did not have a lot of schooling, but I did have to learn trade when I lived here 412 years ago. You would be paid for your services. You would be paid for your things. Now, it would take time to start that. This city is ramshot.
And she looks at Cornelius.
I'll be paid.
And there's the
He drops a coin that it does.
And you would be
Carefully picks up one sheet of paper.
Yeah.
you would be the financier of this.
The what? Oh, yes.
He is quite smart.
I mean, I've handled a bit of money here and there, but I mean, of course, you would be paid for your work. That would be ridiculous to think that you wouldn't.
But how much?
At
A
this
fair
time.
and equitable amount. I did learn how to read.
Cornelius, roll persuasion. We'll say with advantage because of his speech about the equity.
Not your speech. His
Yeah.
Just speak your money.
I mean, yay. Glad that was there. So, 17.
Cool. She says, at the end of the day, we're still pirates. I'll take any money given. Of course, a fair and equitable amount. Which, of course, we will discuss at length at a different time. And I'm sure there will be service agreements upon us as well to do our due diligence and meet quotas. So it's only fair that if we do meet or exceed quotas, then we will be met or exceeded with pay.
I think
Seems
it's
fair to me.
certain amount of surplus would probably be divvied out appropriately for those that have either underachieved or overachieved. I mean, yes, you dominate the waterways, but how many farmers do you have? Think about that.
Cornelius is so proud. He looked at you like, give me a gold star.
Cornelius has never done politics in his life because his uncle always does it. So he's like, all right, this is working out.
Yeah.
And she kind of gives a snarky. She gives him a snarky look, and she says, "You're clearly not from around here. There are no farmers."
Which is something
There
that will
will
take time. But it's something that I
the
hope,
city is in such shambles.
hope that our magic users and historians might be able to help purify this land. Because I do imagine that the corruption here is not just terrible soil, because this used to be plentiful. And having a high divine sorceress and great magic users will be beneficial to recreate the farms. But it takes time.
I also came from 2 farmers. My parents were farmers. So I know a little bit.
We could add that to my title.
Change Isadora to
Came from 2 farmers.
I'm going to say knowledgeable in farming.
Agricultural ambassador.
Oh, there you go. That sounds better than cheese farmer.
Knowledge in agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just changed mine.
High
Money
farmstress.
That's high
farmstress.
Money.
He's not good.
Farmstress.
High farmstress.
Farmstress.
Listen, that's actually a great title. We shan't. The Black Talons.
She signed.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. She signed after, before she made her snarky comment.
Okay.
Because she was signing, and then he was like, but you don't have any farmers. And
She stops halfway through his signature and then
Like this bitch. Go ahead.
And then the Black Talons, so Marcus, he says, the Talons, my boys, well, we, in a way, are a militaristic faction without structure, the leadership, and the discipline.
So you can fight.
We can, what do you call that? If not-
Adventurers.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
enforcement.
I like that.
Policing.
So, with that in mind, we're the enforcers. Ooh, tough. Sounds strong, doesn't it?
You mob people into the
My only objection, it's minor, small. I think the joint security effort in Article 3, while you're looking,
Subsection 2, for those people
it may be a threat to certain authority. I think
Basically,
sharing
police.
military responsibility is going to be tough for some people. And he looks at the Iron Guards.
Guard.
Some people aren't going to want to give up their rankings. I mean, I'm cool with it, but I just think I'm just putting it out there because everyone's going to be, some way, somehow about it. Listen, the Talents, the enforcers, like your words, have kept order where others have failed over the last few centuries. We don't really need a lot of help with enforcement. But I fear that people are going to want to, and he keeps looking at the Iron Guard. People are going to want to meddle where they shouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't do anything about it. Levi knows we run a strong, safe, reputable business.
I will point out in subsection 2, as you're referencing, composed of members from all factions and created to maintain order in the neutral safe zone. Neutral being the chief word in that statement.
Do we have like a map that shows?
We're all looking at Eladrin.
No.
What's
Up until this
the
morning,
same
it was
one? The
It
market?
does very specifically
The
say the
market,
Market
what?
District, the Enclave of Knowledge, and the Crimson Hope are the neutral zones.
Crimson Hope. That's theirs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a map, but as a militant woman said, there are places that I've marked as less friction that already kind of are neutral zones that I deemed might be good. But of course, you can make updates, and I'm just an old man. I don't hardly leave the Enclave if not.
I'm going to say to the Black Talon person, again, the goal here is collaboration. Anybody who's willing to be collaborative we'll work with, but that has to include you and everyone else, including the Iron Guard who already signed, showing a willingness to be collaborative.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember the Eric thing.
Yeah. No.
Marcus.
Hey, listen. Hey.
Did you say Eric?
Eric.
Marcus.
What's up?
It says Eric in there.
Oh,
Captain.
I thought you said Marcus.
Sorry.
We're going back to
Eric
whatever else it was. Eric says Eric.
It's Eric. So, my name's Eric.
Eric, is your tension with the safe zone of the Market District being a neutral zone?
Whoa. We're not talking about the specific areas. We can totally, negotiate that at a later date.
Because
other people not here.
I understand
It's going to work.
that an enterprising individual such as yourself may appreciate being able to work with fewer restrictions in place.
Sure. Yeah.
And what we're asking you to do is to make a pretty significant compromise on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What would ease your fears? What
What do we do for you?
Yeah. How can we help untie this knot for you?
Are you concerned with the management of... So, I forgot. Did we get rid of the territories, or we're still doing territories?
We're still doing
Okay.
territories.
Are you concerned with the management and enforcement in your territory, or in the neutral territory?
It seems it's a little bit of both.
Because the management of your territory is under your discretion within reason. If I find you're extorting people, that's a different issue. However, if you are protecting them within your rules, understandably,
My rules, yeah.
the force of the neutral area will have members of each faction that is signed the document. They will be conscripted. They will be conscripted into a force managed by the council. It will not be ran by a faction member.
Cool. Love that.
I
think that's a great idea.
Market.
Can we do somewhere other than the Market District? That's kind of like our stomping grounds. Can we do a safe zone? Because it seems like, it's kind of tough that like our territory is also a safe zone. Like, not that I want it to be unsafe. That's not what I'm saying at all.
How heavily trafficked
You
is the
won't
Market
feel
District
like
now of all
that-
factions?
You're fearful that you don't have the same amount of power in your district that other people have in theirs.
Is that their main, like outside of the council to shade? Do they have anything else, or was that their area?
It was like their area.
So you are worried that you will not have the same power over your own territory that the others have over theirs.
I'm not. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't like using words like power because we're not like.
Enforcement.
See, that's a little stronger, right? We're enablers and enforcers and
Enablers.
You won't have enough enforcement in your own territory if it's a neutral zone.
yeah, I think something like that.
So what you need is a territory.
Or we move the neutral zone somewhere different.
And with the neutral zone, we can move the market elsewhere, and then you can have all of those buildings to yourself. It's great. I love the idea.
I would agree. We wouldn't want a central point where economics
That
is
is the issue. Is that the market is where money flows.
Yeah.
That does need to be under the control of the council.
So we will need
However,
to move your territory.
We can section that off, I guess. No, that's bad. No, take it back.
Just
Is
move it
there
to the
another-
Crimson Hope, the other neutral zone. Have the market there. Spread the wealth.
I'm gonna that makes a point. Turn to Alara. You understand that there will be a separate police force within your section.
I hope so.
Okay, great. Sure.
Yeah, we're not enforcing anyone. I
So
hope
we are
the
looking
extra
to move
protection
the
is good for our
territory
community.
for
They either need to
The
move their
Corsairs?
territory to have their own faction area, or we need to
We are not.
we need to
moving
keep the
neutral
market
zone.
neutral.
I
So-
propose.
It really means that we need to move the Black Talons also.
I propose a
Keep the
new
market neutral.
district in New Thaldron. We'll have the market district, which is a respected neutral zone, and we'll have the historic market district, which will respect the traditions and culture
We can call it downtown New Thaldron.
of the enforcement.
You can call it Fry Street.
where and I'm going to be really direct in saying that the business ventures of the Black Talons will not be maligned or interfered with in the historic section of the market district. And if some buildings need to be demolished or renovated in order to house
Most of this city needs to be renovated.
a historic market district, then once again, we would be happy to make that concession for you.
And he looks at everybody, like, kind of gives finger guns, like, everyone's cool with this?
Well, it's contrary, they all sign, so.
All right. Hey, I'm nothing but a collaborator and
An enforcer and enabler.
And now I'm a
Okay,
counselor.
hold on, question.
I mean, he signs before whatever point he makes.
Here's the question. Is outside the city walls where the farms would be, whose district would that be?
May I introduce our farmers?
No bad.
That is my legit question, though. Like,
Probably
to
it-
shade. Who
It would
who
need to be
outside
it
the
would need to
walls?
be neutral. If everyone's using that, if like that's going to
Okay.
be a source
Alright.
of like resources for everyone to share, I say neutral.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. Just making sure.
Yep, Aldrin,
I got like city RTS game mode in my head.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now. Man, who's going here? Get those resources going, guys.
Eldrin looks at everyone and he says, listen, I think we've, for the most part, covered our bases. And I am prepared to sign as the final signatory and witness of this treaty.
Did he come back?
Silver
Clint-
Surfer.
Oh, he never left.
Okay.
No, he's still there.
Oh, they're not-
I think
He
he's now
did offer to
pissing
go
at
get her
you.
now.
I thought he left. I thought he left to go talk to her.
No, I think
Okay.
he's just scared. He's scared straight right now. Like
Okay.
he's-
If you would like to wait, I could make a trip.
I mean, Clint can go give the message, I guess.
I don't know if he
I
can.
feel like you would kidnap her, and that doesn't help.
Well, okay, but I got teleport. You know, I'm quicker than Clint. I
Damn.
can take Clint.
Take Clint.
Let's go, Clint.
He says,
He's like,
nope.
Yes, sir.
That's a willing creature.
How about a good persuasion check? Clint, it's this is
Can I brute force this persuasion?
Suggestion.
All of a sudden,
no, just put that image.
roll
Put the image of the glaive in his head
I
again.
guess you guys made your choice.
I do have some third level magic or modified memories I could be.
Are you telling us to Clint?
Shade.
Clint's like, no thanks.
I'm good.
Look. He's very persuasive. He's very scary. I know you're scared here. Let me get you back to a safe place.
I'm gonna talk to her tonight.
No. I
I
think we need to talk.
would like for
man.
her to have the message now. Thank you. Please go with Shrev.
Oh, I'm not going with him.
Oh, then go, please.
Okay, bye. Turns and starts walking
Scared
down
Trev.
the- and you just hear his little foot like all the way down this like this spiral staircase. Yeah, so Eldrin is like, before I sign my witness and final signatory of the contract, I just want to look at the divine aid and
Steps out of frame.
I could just step a little bit more. Still in picture. Come on. Back up.
knowledge is a powerful tool and can do much damage in the wrong hands. These exchanges will become increasingly more valuable. They must be controlled very carefully, or we risk losing everything we've created today. So, all I ask is don't do things in haste. And collaborate with each other and the members of this council
You will be the divine leaders, but this council needs to be strong. Because if any of them waver or falter, then dominoes fall. Much like this city did 400 years ago. As most of you know, I'm sure, that happened because a domino fell. And some people thought they could reach out and take power. And in a way, they were right. Hopefully this unity and this treaty can come together to right that wrong. And we put together a force to go north, to Shikoku. Find Valkor and end him.
Yeah, put them up. Oh, yeah.
And with him falls everything they built. I've lived a very long life in this anarchy-driven state, and the last 24 hours have been the best day of my life.
That's sad.
That sucks.
Nice.
I'm glad you're happy.
Even with that. I hope you all do better than those that came before you. And he signs, giving Cornelius a shitty little... He signs with like really hard-pressed ink.
Splatters.
And just dots at the end. And he holds it up, and the parchment is slightly, transparent. Or like you guys can see all the way through, and he holds it up to the sunlight. And he folds it, rolls it, puts it in a scroll holder. He says, hands it to Callan, looks at all of you, and says, I think it's time for me to go lay down.
Get some rest. Thank you.
Shut up, Stones. All right. With that, we'll take a break.
Thank you.
Actually, so bad. I
Did you
love
end it
that.
too, Babe?
All right, we're back.
Whee!
Are here.
All right, we have council. We have a treaty.
Meeting adjourned.
I
We're
wanna
waiting.
see if
I want to
someone
wait a little
said
bit to see if the Silver Server lady shows up.
it too.
Cool. All right.
She does
Should have
not.
gone.
You know what that means? Go to live.
Tomorrow, if she doesn't show up, I will hit the building.
Don't hit them.
Let's not.
If he doesn't enlarge you, I will. I got you.
With council approval, we will unleash the nuke.
You cannot make peace with people who are flattened.
Yeah,
Give
but then you
them
don't
a-
have to.
Or bisected. You can't make treaties
What
with them
about
either.
pierced?
Let's wait for them to
We didn't say pierced.
I would rather split hairs
We can
before you
give it to
split people.
We can give
Okay.
it to the Black Talons.
stop.
Win-win.
I'm going to advise you not to cleanse them from this city. That has some pretty historically gross precedents.
I think exterminate would be my word choice, but
Servants.
yours is nice too.
Either way, we're not
I
going to
think
do
it's
it.
called
We're not going to do it
genocide.
yet. Let's.
No. That sounds mean.
That sounds
We call it
mean.
ethnic cleansing.
Wow.
Maybe you didn't even use the first word.
Damn.
I'm having this conversation away from any other leaders. Because they've all left, right?
Yeah.
Nope, they're all there. Cool.
Good news is I have practice.
Jokes. Modifies everyone's memories. They forget they signed.
So we know that what the Lenora and
Valkor.
Wimpy Boy are in Shikoku, correct?
Yes.
We need to find out where the queen is.
Shikoku.
In the Feywild.
Aurora?
She's part of this.
Is she in the Feywild?
I don't know.
I thought she was in the
Oh,
Feywild.
she's talking about the Queen of the Unseelie Queen. Yeah. She is a part of this.
She is a part of
I was
this.
no, I
She's
know
their
that.
benefactor.
I just thought she was still in the Feywild. But
She
that's
could
fair.
be, or she could be here.
Oh.
She's been
I think
I
we'll find out if
really hope she is.
Yeah, because she's more of a god than Velcor is.
I'd also
That's a scary existence.
just to pause some of that real quick. Srev, you get to add either a feat or a ability score increase.
Ooh, did someone try to kill me?
No, but you put Alara into power.
Cool, I forgot about that.
Also, Cornelius, you get a feat or an ability score increase because you've reestablished the Bexley name as your council.
Damn.
Yeah, can we go ahead and kill Valtor so I can...
Yeah, me too. That one's in my
Should I just
Lenora too,
keep my
that one
wisdom
takes care of mine.
Mine is stuck in the past, so
That's alright,
me too.
I put literally the one of mine is just the end of the campaign.
That's the case with a few where I'm like, that's tough because like it just ended up being like the big bad, not just a stepping stone in it.
Yeah.
So it's like kill Valcor. I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah, that makes sense for mine.
no, it makes sense for everyone who put it for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it's also to his point, it's you're not really gonna get anything from it because it'll be kind of the end of the game, but it's still, you know.
So just give us a free one.
No. I would say.
Because both of my remaining ones are the end of the campaign.
Oh, really? What's your other one?
Ensure Freya's safety or something like that. And it's
Big
like,
choices.
well, I thought we were gonna move on from this stuff. I thought we were gonna go other places.
he was planning ahead.
I was like, oh, we'll be on this stuff for like just a minute, and then it turned into this is the thing we're doing.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
We're gonna go.
So you were planning.
Yeah. When are we going to the Shikoku village?
Well, we will need military forces from each of the factions.
You have mine. And then the Black Talons, Eric, he's like, yeah, you know, we can enforce some things if you need some help. Need some muscle.
We will need plenty.
Yeah. I know a few guys. You can find us in the historic district.
The historic market.
He thinks that is the most swaggered. Like you guys don't realize. Like he didn't realize in the moment. He didn't realize that he actually still lost the market. In his eyes, he's like, these suckers. I got everything I wanted.
He's gonna go in there and the market's gonna be moved. He's like, wait.
He'll have a demarcation line where he can stay on the other side and go, and like nobody can do anything about it. I bet he'll
When are we wanting to move to Shikoku?
As soon as possible.
Probably. But it'll take time to rally, arm, prepare. Take a couple days, I imagine.
I mean, whatever, man.
Okay.
How long do each of you think it will take your individual factions to ready?
A day? 2 days? At least for me. I can't speak for everyone. I run a pretty tight ship though, and he looks at the Corsair leader, and she kind of smiles at the ship joke and says, I can also be prepared in 48 hours.
Is there a waterway up to Shikoku? I don't think there is.
No.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, is there a waterway that's close to Shikoku, or is it just like completely landlocked?
Unless things have changed in 400 years.
There was a waterfall.
There is I
guess
somewhat, but it doesn't go to Shikoku. It goes north, but Shikoku's like northwest.
Well, how close is it? Would it be quicker to go water and then walk, or would it be quicker to walk?
Walk.
Okay, that was the question.
Yeah.
So then, how long would it take for a march to go?
Probably take, with that many people, probably 3 days march.
Okay.
3 or 4 days.
So we'll be there.
Is it 3 days with pushing it, or 4 days with rest?
It would be with rest because you can't really push
Okay.
like 1,000 people. Like, they can only go so far at a time.
And when I scried on my parents, they were still alive, right?
In Mythfrost, yeah. Mythfrost seems untouched by the influence of the Astral Brotherhood.
whatever reason.
Should we stop by Mythfrost
Yeah.
to gain more people?
For whatever reason, yeah. I want to
Well,
know what that
I was-
reason is. Why they're untouched.
Probably because of Freya, for some reason.
Yeah.
That is like her home.
That
Turf.
river does go all the way up to Mythos.
Okay.
By the way.
I would like to reach out to Mom and Dad and see if they.
Mom, Paul.
How long would it take for a ship to get us to Mythfrost and back?
Oh, probably a day. A day up the river, 2 days, 3 days back.
How long would the walk from Mythfrost take?
Oh,
From Mithras to Shikoku would probably take a couple of days. It's a
Shrev.
little bit closer.
Trev? Have you been to Mythfrost?
Yes.
Can you get us to Mythfrost?
Yeah, sure.
We can get to Mythfrost now.
I would like to talk to.
Mom.
Yeah.
You guys also, you just see this little thought bubble pop up outside of Mellowcroft as he says this. He's like, I could go there now, and you just see this little circlet of intellect just on his brain, just
Oh, yes,
spiraling, a
circlet
little
of
thought
intellect.
bubble.
Oh, I was thinking about my mom and dad, but
Sure.
Now you have more of a motivator.
Sure you are. As you've literally scried on this.
the images of my parents combine into a circlet of intellect.
Yeah, let's go now.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to talk to them and see if we can't have some clerics join us, or I don't know, get some kind of blessing from them. I mean, if Freya is going to be helping us in this, then I would like to convene with my family real quick. So I would love to go now if we could.
Troops to prepare.
Oh my god.
Marcus, Alara,
Eric.
and what's the ship lady's name?
Just call her Admiral.
Scylla.
Yeah,
What is it?
Just call her Admiral.
Admiral.
Let's keep it simple. So I gave them all kind of hard names.
Okay.
Eric.
Please prepare.
Well, not that
Nine.
Please prepare as many troops as you can for a 4-day march to north of which is a village called Shikoku.
What? Admiral, sorry. She's. And what do we expect to face?
I would imagine beings that we fought earlier by you. Do I know that they're called Mind Flayers? I don't think I would know they're called Mind Flayers.
I technically never said
technically-
mind flayers.
Oh, okay.
I just said they looked like mind flayers.
Okay. Tentacle-faced monsters.
Legally distinct from.
And any number of things. Bring what you're best at.
No, if you fought these things, do they just so we can be best prepared? Are we going to be hand-to-hand combat?
Some.
Archery? Is it going to be
It's going
magic?
to be.
Well,
Just to a mixture.
And then the possibility of your soldiers being controlled will
What?
be the
Magic and psionic forces, mind control, mind manipulation.
This is how they get people
Don't
to
worry
go
about
with
that. I found some tinfoil.
That is terrifying.
Yes.
They can control your mind.
Which is why you have to kill.
Do you have any
monsters.
lead?
I'm done.
I have legs, yes.
No, lead.
I don't think so.
The metal lead.
No, I don't.
Never mind then.
So, I would.
Oh, in that case, no reason. No reason.
No, the Iron Guard is like, well, of course.
But there is a range to it. So the more ranged weaponry you have, the better.
Do we have an idea of what this range might be?
Unfortunately, not. But once we got in contact with them, it took place.
60 to 120 feet.
So I will try to find. I will try to find preference of soldiers with skills in archery. Is what
Would
you're
be a
saying.
good way to start.
We'll want to rely on them first before we
And then-
march in.
More martial members to protect the archers as the war happens. But I expect Iron Guard for that. So.
And he just nods.
And
We'll be
Alara, the people are more scouts, correct?
Not quite the fighters. But we're willing to do our part.
Okay.
Whether that's combat or hopefully
you can find something else for us.
I just don't know what you're best at. I'm sorry.
Play an instrument.
Minus or the booms.
Typically, infiltration without being seen.
Like
If you have people who can infiltrate and apply the powder that goes boom, that would be great.
I quite literally have 2 of those people on my closest.
You met them.
Yep, you've met them.
Yep. If they can do that, that can eliminate a lot without having to waste your first spells.
Are there any
We'll get packing some powder.
Are you able to get some intel on how many people they have or what equipment potentially?
And to scout the way up as well.
Up into the mountain.
Yes.
That should be pretty easy. Because there's no longer trees or... The fortress is...
Better safe than sorry.
Do you have any spellcasters among your number?
A few of us can dabble.
Do any of
Nothing to your
We know about
skill set.
you.
If there is a not terribly complex spell, it's called Protection from Evil and Good. Here's the basic gist of it. If anyone knows that spell, that's going to help tremendously in the coming days.
Or somebody can learn it.
I'm going to see what I can do about trying to find a way to take that and scale it up for the group.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Happy to help. All right.
I'll leave you to it.
Teleport.
I was going to ask. I wanted to ask Eldrin a question for this.
Oh, go ahead. Eldrin left like 20 minutes ago.
Wait.
Eldrin left like 20 minutes ago.
Remember, he went to take a nap. He was taking a nap.
But I was going to go bug him to see if he's capable of writing spell scrolls.
Oh.
We can do that when we get back.
He's not.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
He's not super magical.
They're not librarians.
He's like lore keeper.
Okay.
He's not like wizard shit. That's you. You're the like wizard shit. Cool. So
I'm everything but a wizard.
you poof into Mythfrost. So Mythfrost, Srev, obviously you've been there, but for to fill you in. Mythfrost is so think of Mythfrost as somewhat of a Viking-like village. Grander scale and more architecture, and not quite the just typical, longhouse style, but there is quite a bit of that. It is surrounded by, it's sort of built into a mountain range at the end of a mountain. So it's cut into sort of the last piece of the beginning of a mountain range that scales across the rest of the continent. And then on the other side is the seafront of the ocean. And then there's a giant bridge that looks magically made, ancient, but a giant bridge, like way bigger than anything you've ever seen in Asheroth. But in the actual city, it has evolved a little bit since you guys have all been there. There's probably about twice as many, probably 3 times as many people that live there in the city, so it's a lot more congested because the city scale has not increased. It's still the same walls, but being that it's kind of a safe haven against the Astral Brotherhood, a lot of people it's kind of like one of those things where people always hear that there's this safe place to go, but it's like a rumor, but then they go and it actually is, but they never leave to tell anyone else about it. So it stays this safe haven, and that's what it has become. And Melicroft's parents are still alive here, and the Teleri family is still, for the most part, in charge. So,
Are they old?
we'll say, lineage of the Teleri family. We'll say you are able to kind of just poof into kind of the central market area.
I did not warn anyone that I was coming.
I just imagine there's some kid just.
Well, yeah, because now by level 14, you guys are like fully decked out in equipment and magical gear, and you just came from a high council, so you're still wearing your clean and regal.
Oh, that was harder than planned.
And so you guys all poof into this
a very busy city, to be honest, a very busy city, in the middle of the crowd, and everyone sort of stops and takes this in. And they're like, and you hear from the back, you hear, "Invasion!"
Oh, God.
And everyone starts panicking.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast calm emotions.
Wait.
No.
And they all wait. Like, why are we waiting?
I'm not invading.
This is as loud as I possibly can. This is a long story, but I'm Siobhan and Bervid's son. I need to go see my parents.
That thing's not natural.
I'm Callan Shazera Teleri.
Because that's gonna help.
The Teleri family's in charge.
It does help. And they just see
I
you.
hate you sometimes.
They see you, and they see all of you guys kind of looking like you do. And they're like,
I've got like my cloak is basically priest's garb of Freya. So.
yeah. You
But
see
you're
everyone
also
sort
a
of calm
giant
down.
metal man.
I am, but I am wearing Freya iconography.
Did you
He's going
cast?
smaller.
Did you cast calm emotions? No. So there's still some frantic. There's still frenzy among the crowd. But I will say, in this moment, when you see the shifting amongst the crowd, you see. I mean, let's just put a number and say 5x amount of Freya presence.
Oh, he just bumped up 4 levels.
The amount of people here that are wearing like the typical, like you said,
Sword just starts
iconography, like,
vibrating.
yeah, it's very Freya heavy here.
Sweet.
And you start to feel that like belief in your power just seems to surge a little. You kind of get like a little like religion boner. And
It's cloudy, but I'm definitely like glinting like I'm in the sunlight.
But yeah, everyone kind of calms down a little once they realize, or once they see you in your Freya gear. One of the townspeople kind of shuffles up to you, and he's carrying behind him like a little wheelbarrow trolley full of different smoked meats. He stops and puts it down. He looks up at you, and he looks up at Callan, and he's like, "What you doing here?"
Hi. My name's Danae Velstadt. Ruben and Siobhan are my parents. We're kind of here to help Freya finish the fight that was started a really long time ago.
I feel like you're explaining all this to a 12-year-old.
No, he's like in his 40s.
Oh, okay.
He's
And
a man
so
with a business. He's a businessman.
this may not have been the most graceful entry, but it's very good to be home, and it does my heart a lot of good to see the faith thriving here.
You know what else is good to see? Meats.
Oh, is it around Harvest Festival?
No, but
Are those meats for sale?
that doesn't stop people from always having, goods for sale. But it's not one of the harvest days. He says, "Well, I mean, of course. Did you want some?
Yes.
You all
yes.
want some.
Always yes.
I'll slap a platinum in his hand. I am so excited to be home. I do not care if I pay this man's yearly salary.
I don't think that's enough. I mean,
He just gives you a little arrow. There you go.
He says, "Do you know what? Jules,
Really?
welcome home."
that's mine. Where's everybody else?
Dude, you're carrying it.
You're the one who can grow real big.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you're holding on to the wagon and he casts enlarge, does the wagon?
Technically, the wagon as well. I just feel like in somebody's stomach it would shrink.
Can you imagine the amount of meat that you could make by enlarging
Just
meat?
imagine the embarrassment of dying from a ham hock to.
You could solve world hunger.
Here's the thing, though. You would be really full until I stopped concentrating, and you'd be really hungry.
Yeah.
Does it go away?
It would
It
shrink.
shrinks back to
It's real
size.
It probably also shrink once you bit it. Because it's no longer connected to me.
I mean,
Semantics.
now we're getting to the really nitty gritty.
He's done the lawyer.
We're treading into peasant railgun territory.
Yeah, but if you concentrate the entire time
Which
as it goes through my
subsection is
digestive
my
system, I would have already
Absorb
absorbed
the
the
nutrients.
nutrients.
True.
Can't take that away.
You're just sitting there with a full belly. Melicroft is like,
Concentrate a little less. I'm kind of full right now.
That's kind of a good plan to feed the troops, right? You get one pig grown up.
I can also just create food and water. That's a thing I can do.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
also have heroic feast. I'm just saying, like, if I really wanted to end the famine in this city, I could have.
end of famine I could have. My God.
I kind of forgot about it.
Let's try. Let's try.
What's your intelligence?
Very low.
It makes sense. But
It's terrible.
Oh my God. The smarts aren't there, and the will is also not.
the amount of times that he's gone hungry at night,
Well,
he's
he
like
died.
really beating himself up about it.
I'm like, damn, I wish I remembered that.
To the smoked meat man.
We got the car.
That's me.
Sir, first, what is your name?
Do you care?
Kieran.
Who's giving us
I
food?
want Shay to give me a name.
Kieran.
Huh?
Kieran.
Kieran.
Kieran. Kieran, may I ask where the dyad is at this moment?
He's probably in the, the prime place.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. I'll give him another platinum and then I'll go.
Do we want to? Do we all need to go?
Who's handing these out?
Do we all need to go?
We are destroying the economy of this town.
Do we want to do the lordship and the prayer place?
Lordship. Oh, you're.
We got my family or his family for more support. Or while y'all go to the prayer place.
True. We can.
Are we okay with that, or do we still want to travel as one?
Why don't we? I think we should.
Nothing bad will happen here.
Split
We
the
should just
party.
split the party. It's fine.
Definitely can't kill him.
We
Yeah,
can just-
definitely can't kill
What's
him.
that cloud now?
Can
Yeah.
we just do one and then the other?
Yeah, let's do one at a time. Let's stay together.
Alright.
Yeah.
We're so close to the end.
Did Jinkies
So-
have any children? Did he pass along?
Jensen.
Jensen, there you go. Do you have any children?
So,
Did he pass along any traits?
I have
Who's all going?
3, 4?
I think we're all.
We're all going. We're all going together.
to where?
I'm assuming the Fame.
the praying place.
I assume there.
The praying
So
place.
on your way to the, I forgot what we called it.
Fame.
Yeah, I thought this one had a different name.
Oh, the big one, Brisengamen?
That's probably why I didn't know
What was
the
it
name.
called?
Brisengamen.
Yep.
Which I've never mentioned ever because
It was just in
that's
your.
the name of the giant tower that everything is housed in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you a moment of potential because I feel like we're gonna need it.
You know what? I don't ever do this. I'm gonna give Cody inspiration because I forgot that was a thing and I haven't ever said it in this whole game. So there you go. That's how you win inspiration in this game. Remember your own backstory. On the way towards the Fame. So with
I get a point of condescension as well.
Hannah, what is your passive perception again?
22.
That was your insight, right?
My passive is 20 for perception.
It's 20.
Yes.
Is anyone over 20?
20.
Is anyone else over
Oh,
20?
I
think, yeah, I
It's
think
22.
I
Yeah.
think a 9 won't do it.
Mine's
So
Passive.
anyone who has a passive perception of over 20,
dang.
Give me 20 and
Don't worry
you notice everyone else close your ears. You notice a dark purple cloud,
Oh, damn it.
and you see
I'm
it.
glad we stayed together.
You see it approaching quickly.
Oh, this meat's so good.
What
And
direction?
Bet it is.
It's coming from the southwest.
Okay.
It's coming from where Shikoku is.
So roughly.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
From Chicago.
Let's not hide behind that. It's coming from Shikoku.
Maybe we could try to control this water down
And
here.
as it floats rapidly towards the city, you notice people look up at it and then just kind of go back to what they're doing. You guys see it, and you've
Panic.
seen this before. You know what it is. What do you do?
Do we see?
I wasn't paying attention. I'm eating some meat.
Yeah.
Do we see where it would like intersect over the city? I guess like
It's about to enter, like it's almost about to hit where the boundary of the city would be.
Is the meat man still here?
No, you guys started walking towards the
Okay.
pyramid.
Okay.
He went home for the next 2 months. He's not working.
He was like, oh, I'm good for a bit.
We got some decades off.
Yeah. People are like not alarmed at all. I want to stop someone really quickly and say, what happens when these clouds get here? What do you experience when that happens?
Nothing.
Nothing happens?
No, they just bounce off. They dissipate. They go away.
Bounce off.
What do they bounce off of?
Her protection. And as she said, as the little girl says that, this cloud hits, and it's like this. Now you see this kind of shining dome of celestial aura around Mythfrost. That as this thing hits, it just turns into like this
Get in here.
sprayed
And then like
mist.
4 people fall and hit the ground.
It didn't have any people yet.
Oh.
Falls away.
Okay.
Alright. I guess
That's
it's going to the first
And
list.
she's like, yeah, it happens a few times a day. Just
Wow.
They keep sending it.
Just that. Oh, wait.
you were saying?
So
I don't think we should mention that.
I give her a platinum.
You are killing me.
I don't.
We need those for the city.
You guys are gonna go to pay for your army, and they're gonna be like, it's exactly 2 platinum.
Son of a bitch, move away!
Sorry, you were saying?
No.
Oh, you actually weren't. Okay. I thought you were role playing.
I had a thought, and then I'm gonna let it
Slide off.
Just let it hit the barrier and mist.
Yeah.
theoretically.
Okay. So
To the praying place.
to the praying place.
To the slave.
You guys get to
Breeze in Yaman.
yes. I'm
Breathe
gonna breathe
and
in
garments.
garments.
Breathing garments.
Let's go, Caehanna.
Miller Craft from Breezing Garments.
Miller.
Oh my god. Yep. So you get there. So the last time you guys were here, the main fane itself, not the tower, but the fane itself, is sort of in this open field, as most fanes of Freya are. As Melicroft would know, a fane can't be a fane unless it's touching grass on all 360 degrees. So
You gotta touch grass. That's a motto of the faith.
Yeah.
Get out and touch grass.
Touch
So-
grass.
And just like all fanes, this one is. Last time you guys were here, that was pretty much all it was. It was just a field with the kind of Parthenon-looking building that was open on all sides. That's where Melicroft and as Danae prayed for years and years. His family did. His family runs it, all of that. Now, this is like a fucking monument. It is huge. It's like twice as big. The landscaping around this fane is like next. This is like better, almost as good, if not better, than the Shazera capital landscaping around the island of the castle. It's just to that level of like attention and
Well, if it's
care.
providing protection, I can see why.
And all the green of the grass and all the flowers are in perfect bloom. It's just serene. And you guys, well, let me ask: are you going into this fane, or are you going to the tower?
Following Melicroft, I imagine.
My goal was to go check the fame first,
Okay,
and then if they're not there, living.
that's why I asked, because as you walk by the fane, you hear the chorus and sound of singing and praying, and you assume that they're currently holding some sort of prayer for Freya. So you climb the steps, you walk, and you're taking in. You get the different sense of lavender and sage and lemongrass, and you get all these like refreshing, natural floral scents as you walk up. It's just nice. Again, you just came from just for reminder, you just came from the city of Asheroth, which was named based off of the word ash. It was named based off it being a burnt down city, and you were in the exact opposite. Perfectly maintained, manicured lawn, like beautiful garden, and the palace is the best way to describe this new fane because it is regal and elegant and prosperous. And
As you begin to step inside and all of you start to walk inside, Levi, you feel a tap on the back of your shoulder. You turn and look, and you see Devin standing there, and he's like,
You have a minute?
Yeah, just me or everybody?
No, just you.
Okay. You guys, I'm dipping out really quick.
when you guys look, you don't see Devin, by the way. You just see Levi saying, I'm going to dip real quick.
Do we all need to leave? If you're going to talk to Martin?
I was going to ask if you guys...
Yeah.
Or do you want to take Michael into the whiskey room?
No, you want to be able to be seen.
Yeah, I
We
want...
go to the whiskey room. We're not coming back.
No, I wanted to be able to be...
Alright, leave. Exciting moments.
Yeah, she's down there. That's fine.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Am I gonna have to kill Levi?
Get out! You don't know yet. She's like trapped under your chair.
Yeah, well, she just lay down. I don't know if she can. She has to back up, go to the first.
It's like a shark. You can't really back up.
They can't swim backwards.
So, Devin... I always forget if it's Divin or Devin. I think it's Divin. It's Divin. So, Divin takes you, and you guys go sort of just around the corner. Kind of, I wouldn't say an alleyway. I don't want it to sound sketchy. He just takes you a little bit like out of the sight of like the common, like hustle and bustle of the city. And he's like, what the hell, man? I've been trying to call you. Been trying to contact you, and I get nothing.
I've got nothing coming through this way either. I was gonna try and contact you a few days ago, but we had this huge council meeting, and we were in Celestia, and all this crazy.
Oh.
Really, I was all over the place.
That sounds incredibly interesting. And I've also been on council meetings, and well, it's funny, you were in Celestia, I was in a very different place. Assuming we're all doing the same thing, right? We're all, working towards the common good, right?
Common good, yeah.
Well, that makes sense. So where were you at then? You were in Celestia, and then where have you been? Because this morning I tried to reach out and I couldn't get you, and then I tried again now, and here I am.
Oh. We were in formerly
Asheroth.
Which was Red Barrel when we were back 400 so years ago.
Okay, well then I can help you with that. Yeah, that makes sense. So Boss doesn't like people being able to use patrons and Archfey, and so he kind of has like a block on all of that, unless you kind of drink his Kool-Aid and go all purple-eyed.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that because I mean you can. You'd probably be okay and stay mainly you.
Mainly.
Yeah, like you'll be able to make decisions. You'll just be heavily influenced by what he wants.
Okay.
But don't do it. Don't do it. Keep your will.
Yeah.
Do what I want, not what he wants.
Okay.
But it's good to see you. It's good to talk with you. I thought.
Wait, you said boss man. Are you working for Valcor?
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Okay.
Valcor. He's kind of like he's like upper management.
Okay.
Like I work for him, but not really. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that bad? Because I'm feeling bad energy.
It's not great.
Oh. Why?
Just things have kind of gone downhill for everybody around since you took over. I guess relatively speaking.
Well, you gotta break eggs to make an omelet, right? That's what they say in cooking stuff.
Yeah. You know how to cook. Okay, that's good.
I've had food and flesh. I love playing Divin. So like their big boss, right? The one that we both follow because you signed a pact with me. Is Malice. right? You know, the guy who's been locked in the fucking moon.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get Malice out. If he can come back, he's gonna make everything better. You know?
You know, with a name like Mouse, that's not everything's just gonna get better.
Didn't I already make the omelet reference? I don't. Listen. So, like I said, I've been on some council meetings.
Okay.
It sounds like you have too, so it's good you have the influence. All I need you to do, it's a small thing. I need you to put a little into this insurrection. You can find a way. It doesn't need to be by your hand, but influence. If you can just find a way to kill that fake king, that one who keeps calling himself the king. If you could kill him, then I think, Aura would be happy, which means Valcorn would be happy, which means Malice would be happy. It's just that chain of command. And at the end of that chain, at the very bottom is you.
Way down there.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem, right?
Yeah.
So we can expect that to be done by tomorrow?
We push it back maybe like tomorrow and then like 12 hours after that.
Well, so we have spies. They were a part of that little meeting you guys had, obviously, and they reported back to us because we couldn't risk actually scrying in on the meeting because we knew that people would look. So we had spies kind of report back. And we know you guys are trying to attack in the next 48 hours. So we need him dead before that because he's going to lead the charge. And if you cut the head off the snake, break eggs, throw omelets. I got so many analogies for this stuff, but ultimately, he needs to die so that we can complete what's going on up north in that little baby fortress that Valcor has in that tiny little room with that stupid little knife. And once he can complete his ritual. Oh, I already made the reference. Crack the egg. That's the moon.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
So he's probably about 2 days away from that. So, God, it would be so unfortunate if he can't open the moon up and our Lord and Savior Malice doesn't get to come back because this pesky little child with a big cloak thinks that
it was a big cloak, wasn't it? Came out kind of goofy. I thought it was fine.
But listen, you go back to your friends. I don't care how you do it. It doesn't need to be you. He just needs to be super dead. So if you can just prove to me that he's dead, like reach out to me when it happens, and I can kind of survey, make sure it actually happened. I'll report back. And
question.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a big dude. You've seen him when he gets mad. He gets bigger.
Sure.
And what if I can't do it? What if he me first?
Well, first of all, I'd like to preemptively thank you for your service, for helping us and working with us. You'll probably be able to do it, right?
Maybe. If I get a jump on him, he's not expecting it. I have 6 rounds before, say, he does anything.
I mean, like I said, it doesn't need to be you that does it.
Oh, okay.
Sure, you can figure something out.
Yeah. Just real quick too. When you spoke of spies, who exactly amongst that group was working for y'all? Just so I know who I can,
who do you
coordinate with.
Who do you think? Because I already had him reach out to you when you guys first got to the city.
Okay.
So there's a young man. He's going to do great things for the Black Talons organization. Mix up if his name's Eric or Marcus. Could be both. But I know he definitely is on our team, which is great of y'all. Yeah, but again, it's tough because I can't talk to him when he's in the city. So it's these conversations are great.
Yeah.
So as soon as they leave that city, I'll be able to check back in. But right
Okay.
now, it's just kind of ghosted. What if I just made you a little stronger?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that might help. What are you gonna do to make me stronger?
Well, why don't you just go to like level 20?
Level? Like right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I would be doing my job.
Yeah.
And you would be sort of taking over as my. You'd be kind of taking all my resources. You'd be at the top of my abilities. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say go to level 20, and because of my patronage, we'll grant you 1 extra attack per action.
Oh. Perfect.
In addition to what it says in the player's handbook.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, this has been very, very enlightening. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get on that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you just see him like kind of snap and poof away. We'll bring him back.
Yeah, this is ominous.
Don't fuck us over, Levi.
Oh, he's gonna break the protection. Son of a bitch.
He found the end of the table.
It exists. I know it's hard to. That was right on my knee.
Waddle.
Alright, what did you do to fuck the plan?
Alright, I'll get
What
this
happened? We knew about
Just had a nice conversation with my patron.
Thank you all.
We about to
Hey, it's mine now.
The chain of commands.
Thank you.
Or does this make you uneasy?
Just give me options.
Did you give it a custard?
There you go.
That's what Mike was gonna put on sensible music to freak y'all out as you came back in.
Jared can make mac and cheese for the boys.
So, welcome back, everybody.
Good
to be back.
So, you all see Levi come back and rejoin you in the Thane where the dyad is performing a prayer with about 200 people. And they're at the front, and they're wearing gorgeous, like head to toe, like think of it like Catholic robe style, just like beautiful embroidered, like robes that have a little purple, a little white, a little gold, but the Freya, just iconography, logos, it's like Freya threw up in here, man. It's awesome.
Love it.
But it's also very obvious that it's free. They've invested into the church here, like a lot. But they are all singing, and they all have their hands up, and then they go down. It gets eerily quiet, and then Reuben just starts clapping, and they all start clapping, and they're they just all seem to be celebrating something. And then they see you, and he's like, my boy,
Dad!
He like pushes everyone out of the way.
Dad!
Meat.
He pushes everyone out of the way, gets to you, and just like wraps you in a big embrace. He's a dwarven, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he like picks you up. He's like my boy, and you guys are like, and he just sets you back down.
I'm used to it by now.
Running behind him, and as he parted the sea of people, behind him is your mother and what you don't know yet, but is your great grandchildren.
Oh wow.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's like
For
we're gonna be 50 years.
yeah, whatever the lineage is that would make sense for humans. 400 years, so I think like seven breaks, something like that.
30 years.
So they don't know who the hell you are.
Up to like 10 generations.
But they're following up. They're happy because their grandparents are happy. And out of shock, he's like, "What do we owe for pleasure?"
Well, everything we have to Freya.
I think Soul also helps with this one.
So I was getting to that.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so
My dad also helped a little bit.
since last
Should we go inside and kind of talk about this?
yeah.
I don't know what accent I'm doing with this guy.
It's fine. Whatever.
Should we go
We've changed a lot.
I think he just
We're kind of hopping
he
around.
just had a pretty straightforward. Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk normal because I can't keep up with it.
That's fine.
Do you want to go inside?
Yeah.
I'm not hitting on you. I'm just saying like.
Go inside.
So yeah, you guys follow up, and the whole way up, you're just kind of sharing small talk of like, who's this little guy? Blah blah blah. Like you guys are, typical. Obviously, Theria hooks up with someone on the way.
Happy grandsons, roaming around.
I think you would know.
It's not how Asimar's work.
They spread their seed.
They just walk around and touch a child. You're mine now.
It's like a White Walker.
They send grow wings.
Yeah, their skin just cracks. That's actually fucking dope. You just touch them and their skin cracks with that golden. Anyway.
Hey, you find the great grandson of the one guy.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, look pretty similar.
Worked for me the last time.
Are you as good?
Anyway.
What?
Right, that's good.
Y'all get into the big kind of bar. Yeah, it's like the bar. It is, but it's the best way to describe it because it's like 90% room and then 10% living area. But then at 90%, there's 2 giant hearths with giant flames. It's warm, it's cozy. There's kind of a little bit of snowfall on the ground outside. I didn't mention that earlier, but that's just kind of the way this place is. It's pretty much like this all year round. Probably like a brisk, like mid-40s type of temperature. And so the fire feels nice, but not too hot. You guys get served whatever you want from the bar. The ale, if you guys remember here, is completely complimentary to anyone who comes in.
The tea
It's
is
not
a little
right
subpar.
to be.
I forgot about the tea.
What's that?
So the tea's a little subpar.
Yeah. But he sits you all down in front of the hearth and he says, I'd love to hear all of the stories. And I'm sure you have so much to tell me over all of these years. I just want to know one thing from all of you, even you. How bright is Freya's light outside of Mythfrost?
Oops. It's really bright here. And that's how I'm going to put that. This is a very specific place.
Well, the only other place we've been is
Asheroth.
well, it was formerly Asheroth, and now it's New Thaldrin. That's a development. But it's
Apparently news doesn't travel that fast.
pretty bleak out there. I've seen no indication of any faith outside of here in Mythfrost.
Well, good news, I've traveled the world. Alright, and I'll let you know I've met one Freya follower.
But you have met 2 Eritreans.
Didn't even know that.
Praise be.
I think he now outranks you because now he's met like 102.
That's true.
Shut up.
Just saying.
He's met 3, my sister. Don't worry, we're growing.
I don't think she follows their talk though.
We're up and coming.
Not closely.
Previous body did. New body not.
I know you're like the king and all of it. Reel it in. It's just fair.
I thought you were growing.
I have.
Thanks to Melicroft.
And that's partially why we're here, is to request any kind of aid you and anyone of the faith can offer to help destroy the Astral Brotherhood and subdue or put an end to malice once and for all. We've been tasked with this. Dad, I know. I need you to listen to me.
I'm
Okay.
listening. I'm listening. So many ears.
So, Soul himself.
But you just got here.
I know. Soul himself sent. I know. Soul himself sent us to fight Malice, to put an end to him. And so I just want to get this out of the way now. We can drink about it in a minute.
Okay. He's not ready.
I mean, you can drink about it now while you listen to me. Anyway, so
You
that's
talked to Soul
yeah.
and had a conversation with him.
That's a big word.
You shared discourse.
Still big word.
He shared
the
discourse with
king
us.
of the gods.
He told us to do things,
We
and there was
obeyed.
like 2 exchanges of information that I would better.
I think
Voluntold.
each of us got a.
That's a good word.
I think each of us maybe got a sentence in with him. So technically, yes, I've spoken to him with Soul.
We did see his physical manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big
I did not. I want to point out, not all of that part.
You all did.
He doesn't have a head.
That's pretty bright.
Not all.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a head.
It's a big sun.
It's a sun, yeah.
That's interesting.
And then he sent us here to find to put an end to
Malice.
Yep.
Well, Velcor and Lenore, and keep Malice trapped.
Oh, Malice is. I thought we were doing this for an emotion.
No, Malice is an actual god.
The emotion was named after.
Okay.
This makes a lot more sense. I was really just behind the vibes here.
I'm here for the vibes.
Anti-malice.
I mean, she'll help you. Sounds like she already has
Yeah.
what you need me for.
So
Man.
Clerics.
we're amassing a force from Asheroth, now New Thaldrin, to march to previously Redborough.
You should check out the historic district.
To march. So we're amassing a force to march on the village formerly known as Shikoku.
Still no.
And part of the forces we have faced from the Astral Brotherhood employed techniques of mind control and possession and
I don't mess with that. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't mess with mind control.
well, and so I know a spell given to me by Freya that allows me to prevent someone from being possessed.
Oh, awesome. Use that on me. I'm happy to help.
I'm sorry, did you say you don't believe in ghosts? That's a tangible thing that we deal with on this planet.
Yeah, sure you do.
Shrev, you're
Just like
Do you not believe in dogs? I feel like this is something we need to talk about.
Sure you do.
Blue eyes.
if you want to talk about
Maybe
it,
the ghosts do the little thing around the dome.
How do you think I bring you guys back to life when you die? Because your spirit goes to come back? And what do you mean you don't believe in ghosts?
Sure.
Someone please.
You need to go sit down.
I hope you know that you're not the one that brings someone back to life. Freya gives you the permission to do so.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And
I wonder if
I've met
Freya
one
would think
Freya
that there are
person.
ghosts.
Hmm?
I wonder if Freya believed that there are ghosts.
I don't know. I've never spoken to her.
Considering we talked to
You
spirits.
should ask her next time that you talk to her.
Celestia.
spirits and ghosts are not why we're here right now.
I feel like that's a gap that we need to cover.
Also, like, just like, it's now on the ghost stuff. You want to talk about that? Talk to my mom, okay?
Please. Where is she at?
She's the true crime kind of mom.
Thank God.
Ghosts and spooky stuff, that's her jam. I know that other followers of Freya should be capable of casting this spell. And I was wondering if there's any way for us to channel it in mass or
What spell are we?
protection from good and evil.
Oh yeah, we got that.
But I was wondering if we could find a way to either put it in some scrolls or channel it to cast it over a wide area at once. I don't know if there's a way for us to do that, but I would like to put our heads together because the more we can avoid this, possession stuff.
Yeah. Ghosts.
We put our heads together.
Oh, nice.
It would help us in the
I
long
was
run
listening.
in launching this assault.
Looks like
And then any kind of healing support or anything. If people are willing to come with us, that would be appreciated. Or if you can send us with some aid. I don't want to ask anyone to risk their lives if they're not willing to.
I will ask it.
Oh, well, that's different than what you said.
Is there clerics among your group
Yes.
who could travel and be in the back and heal and provide aid to stop this threat?
I'm happy to ask.
That's
I'm
all I
happy
ask.
to lead the charge and ask them.
I'm not
Not
going to
just,
make
not
any
just for my boy, but for all of you, you're leading the most noble of causes. I think it will be difficult to convince people to leave the sanctity and safety of this city. But we will ask, we will try. I will go. I'll lead the city. And
How
I'll
powerful
fight
is your
gods
father?
with my boy.
How-
But not
I mean, no, is he actually is he really a cleric?
Yeah, both of my parents are.
People need to stay here and keep the sanctity of whatever is happening here. And if you and your mom,
That's called faith. A cloud dissipates against. That's faith, my boy. That's faith right there.
someone is doing that.
I mean, it could just be Freya doing that, which butts up.
You didn't look last time you were here because she was doing something.
Well, that was 400 years ago.
And there's less Freya now.
But it's all concentrated here.
Yeah, but there was one out there, and he's here now. So
Well,
it's
you've got to think about it. Technically, 400 years ago, probably this many people believed in Freya. They were just all spread out.
I mean, that's very true.
We're not
gonna
here
fight
about
here.
that. Let's
We're not going to fight here.
focused.
But we could.
Why not?
Good idea.
Why not?
No.
Why not bring them here?
Listen, yes.
I'll teleport in. I'll teleport out.
No.
I'm a very convincing person.
He almost convinced me about Ghost.
I will roll if I have to.
Persuasion.
What I do is to take
Sorry, we're doing something important.
Dad about
What is it? Come on.
I don't
What's your
believe that
persuasion?
sharks can go backwards.
Look at him. He's so
He's going to
confident.
summon a ghost.
Let's get some.
28.
Yeah, like what kind?
Like a 13 plus a 15, and then if you really want me to, I can make it a little more oofy.
No, I'm saying what kind of ghost?
Like the tangible
A scary
ghost that we
one.
fight.
What was that? How do you fight?
Which you can't do with a ghost.
Maybe there's ghosts. But I've never seen one.
You don't have to. You probably never seen like a dog. I don't know what's here. Shit.
Okay,
I'm failing.
discussions
A
aside,
dog runs by.
you somehow
the
won persuasion with this argument.
I've never seen a dog on 2 feet, so.
We really need to pick this up.
Why?
Why?
There might be a timeline.
But I'm
So
sure
why
There's
don't
timeline.
we
There might be a
make
what?
discussions?
A timeline?
Okay. I need to talk to 8 of you. So that means you're out. Astral projection.
Oh, okay.
What?
What's happening?
All of us leave our physical bodies.
What the fuck is happening?
Actual world.
So you guys have a tether.
Holy shit, Shrimp, there's ghosts!
We need to talk.
I like to think that all of us just went.
Yeah, that kind of is what happened.
There might be a time.
So there's a bunch of ghosts out around.
No, there's now a dent of Callan's head in the table.
So you're in the astral plane.
Yeah.
I don't like that question.
Do I need to step out?
Devin has
Oh!
Malice has eyes everywhere.
Okay.
At our council meeting, Eric was a spy. Malice is planning on doing a ritual in 2 days to crack open the moon. We have to hurry and do this. The only reason I can do this is because they expect me to kill Callan.
Well, that's an important detail that just came up now.
Because he just happened 2 minutes ago.
Oh, I thought
While
that
you guys were talking about fucking ghosts. Personally,
I mean, it's a valid.
I don't think we can gloss over the significance of 400 years we're taking.
Why does he want me dead?
Because you're leading the uprising.
Oh, okay, well, shit.
He has a point.
I mean,
But you're not going to.
if we hurry. So what
If we don't, you're going to kill him?
No. If
That's what I'm asking.
either way, I'm dying.
What?
If I either fight here or I lose my deal with Devin, I'm dead.
Well, I talked to him. Say you're a friend.
Possibly.
You're welcome.
I
We've done it
think-
before.
Where is this ritual going to take place?
As far as I know, Shikoku.
Okay.
Where
Can we even go back?
Go.
So Eric was a
They're not
spy
gonna move
for
for
Malice?
Eric was a spy. Apparently,
Well,
they
Eric is going
can't
to
see
die.
what happens in New Thaldor.
We should have called him Marcus.
Well, he goes by Marcus too.
Surprising. That's not surprising.
Double named bastard.
Is he the actual Eric, or is he like someone pretending to be Eric?
They told me he would. Devin said he relays information to them from inside Ashford. Or Ashwood. What the hell?
Asheron.
New Thaldor.
New Thaldor, yeah, whatever.
New
New
Thaldor.
So are we gonna
Oh
trust
my
somebody
God.
that lied to her for all these years? Is that what you're telling me? Like, David's
Well,
telling you
Well, I
this
think
information?
it's more under the impression of getting him to do his work.
They think I'm going to kill Callan, which I'm not.
We can talk that one.
We all know he can turn into a fucking giant. I go pew pew. Other times it misses. I don't know. Okay, it's hard to miss something that big, but I mean,
It's not a problem of you. It's the circumstances. Sometimes we miss.
thank you. Yes. Sometimes stress is really high. Blanks are fire.
We're drunk, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But I'm just saying, we need to hurry up. We're getting sidetracked by all these talks of ghosts. Trying to
As
do
you're
as
saying
much-
this, you all look like fucking ghosts.
Yeah.
You're saying this
We
in an
did not
astral
know
projection.
that we had this timeline.
Now we do.
Can we? We can't go back to New Thaldor if it's in 2 days.
No, we
know
we have to go straight to
straight down.
Shikoku.
How far from Shade? How
2
far?
days.
Not from here, from Mithras.
From Mithras, 2
A
days.
little closer.
2 days. Yeah, he said 2 days.
2 days.
All right.
We can teleport to Shikoku.
We need to teleport.
If we hightail it for a day,
So you're going to die
Bullshit.
either way.
Probably.
Why?
Either Devin's gonna kill me or my deal's gonna be forfeit. I signed my life to him.
Well, so did I, but I came back.
Well,
you did die
first.
yeah, you did die
Right, but we
first.
can bring you back.
I'm not sure the gods are gonna see me that favor.
You don't
There are
know
plenty
about
of
it.
gods
There are
of which we may
plenty.
ask a favor.
You'd be surprised. Eric,
His dad-
His daddy being one of them.
So,
God of War, I bet he likes the pew pews.
I'm just relaying everything.
oh, that needs to be the title.
Because
I like the pew-pews.
I don't want to get squished. Needless to say, if I turned on all of you, I'd be wiped from existence as well.
it would be a pretty quick death. I mean,
Yes.
we are happy that that is not the case, Levi.
Yes.
Thank you for telling us.
And we'll do
And
what
I'm
we can.
gonna drop astral projection.
Ow!
Ooh, see, ghosts
You're good.
exist.
Yeah, we're back.
Cool.
My hand was cramping. I'm glad.
I have my fingers in my ears.
Yeah. So what did Shrev see from his perspective?
We're just all passed out.
Yeah, you guys just kind of like fell back in your seats. Just eyes roll back. All at the same time.
In unison.
And then, just a few seconds later, it's
Wow.
Okay, so change of plans, Dad.
what?
I think it's the
The
ghost.
fuck was that?
We were just
I have no
ghosts.
idea.
We were all good.
No, can we avoid ghost talk?
We literally just got a lecture on that.
What just happened?
Our timeline has been moved up.
Yeah, we have to go.
Wait, hold on. We have a whole army that you just amassed.
That needs to get to Shikoku within 2 days.
They need to prep faster. Can you tell them?
Yes, I'll just
And
teleport
don't
out.
trust.
Don't tell them they need to prep faster.
Well,
Where are you teleporting?
to the
New Thaldrin.
home.
Crimson. Okay.
Can you like send him
So,
a message or something? So we don't-
Alara is there, and she's quickly
I took her
giving
move
orders
first
to
instead
everybody.
of
And you start marching now.
What was that?
That was something.
Oh, that was
Oh.
me. Just I'm just
Dude,
fidgeting.
I was hearing that right here, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
The echo.
Ghost.
Sorry, yeah.
I would like to rule this way.
Alara is giving orders left and right, frantically getting the soldiers ready. The boom boom powder is getting made in big quantities, putting in these large bags.
Where do you got go? Take what you have, go. Get anybody else. Go talk to the other council leaders. We are marching to Shikoku now. I have one last stop before I leave.
Okay. She doesn't argue. You have like urgency in your voice. She's like, all right, we'll do it now.
All right.
Roll it out. She goes,
Autobots.
we'll do it live.
I just imagine a little. It's a gnome, right? Like in the back of her heart, just stirring his big hands on like boom boom powder.
Yeah.
Boom boom juice.
I'm making my way to the Silver Serpents.
Taking away.
Okay.
Fucking if we don't have time, I'm probably gonna leave this and go to the
get
buildings.
Cool. Awesome.
We're like, okay, we gotta go.
I'm gonna make my way
Okay.
Yeah.
whether I have to start convincing people to let me pass them, whatever to get there.
No, they don't really pay much attention.
That's fine. Leader.
Yeah, she's. I will say, you walk in and you see the body of your boy
Clint.
It's
fine.
Bleeding out on
Not
his
worried.
Shit.
Uh,
That's not good.
When
Sorry.
you see her sitting there, sort of looking at you, walk up with a cotton neck, says, "Yes."
Here's your chance. You either march now, you take your people, and you do what you can to help us, or when we come back, I will personally wipe you out of this city, regardless of the big glaive that landed behind you earlier.
That was
Us.
terrifying.
Also, that was us. I like Clint.
Nobody liked.
Revivify.
I liked Clint.
I'm glad your silver is red on my
You
side.
know the best part about this? He hasn't been in this game yet. He hasn't realized how I do Revivify.
Oh no,
You have to say something.
Oh yeah, it's like we have to like motivate him. So go talk to his body
Go back to
and
the light, essentially.
guide him back.
What do you say to the
Clint.
body? So essentially, the way it works is you touch him. It's the. You essentially touch his body with a diamond, or whatever the fuck you use. And as his body is in this limbo state of, a minute or whatever the fuck it is.
Does it look like they killed him?
Clear.
Okay, making sure.
She's like licking the blade or something.
It's her evil look.
All the poison on this shit.
Yeah, definitely they killed him. But his body's still freshly killed. He's actually banned out of the thing. Went up there, had one conversation, and banned back. It's not gonna work. There hasn't been a lot. So yeah, you grab his body, and in this limbo state, essentially you can talk to him, and you're like casting the spell, and he can hear you, and he can choose with a roll whether he comes back or not.
Okay.
And the extra dice that I add, or advantages, or not advantage, extra modifiers to the dice is based off of whatever you say. So motivating, intimidating,
Persuasive.
heartfelt, probably not this one, but
Salivating?
whatever you say.
I heard
I'm
salivating
gonna
too.
That's what I said.
Okay.
So I'll be like, Clint, come join your new family in the Crimson Dawn.
Actually, I'll have you roll it. So it's essentially like a death saving throw. It's 1 through 9, 10 through
How many
20.
dice?
With that, I'll go ahead and add a +4.
13.
13.
Hey!
When it comes back, you see the air come back into his body. He's like, fuck!
Hey, Clint, good to see you.
Good to see you. We should go. And he's like stiffly trying to stand up with his 1 hit point. And he's looking around at the people who just murdered him.
Quick little healing word there as well. Just to,
Teleport him out.
What's the word?
Healing word.
Oh, you just say healing word? No, I know. What's the word you use?
What's today's healing word?
Feel better, buddy.
You know what's so funny? He didn't want to go back with you, and now you brought him back to life. He's like, wherever you go, buddy.
It's the meme of how fast guys become best friends. Well, he did just save my life.
Yes, we're best friends now.
Yeah.
Getting
It's a
murdered
little
will do that
juice.
so much.
Hell yeah.
Pump juice in there.
That's so
Pumpkin
funny.
juice. He's good. He only has like 9 hit points. It's basically lacking.
I don't blame him.
What do you do to get him out safely?
He's going out with me. We're gonna walk out together.
Just walking.
Whatever that entails, I will make us out. I will get us out of there.
Alright.
We're gonna make out.
I'm gonna make us out.
If you want me to find my way out, I've got you. I've
You don't
got
have to.
plenty of spells.
You don't have to. I did a intimidation, essentially an intimidation from your speech you made earlier, and I rolled it with disadvantage. And I rolled an 18 and a 20. So they're sufficiently scared about the glaive. They saw you just walk in, kind of big dick of like bringing the guy that you just killed back to life.
Really bam, slapped him back to life.
And
Power moves.
And you hear,
You might as well just walk out
what's
with
your
a
passive?
My passive perception?
Yeah, is it over 15?
Maybe. We about to find out. It is 15.
Perfect. You hear as you're walking out of this kind of, it's not a throne room, but just to give you the idea that it's big enough, you hear echoes of voices. You hear the leader say to whoever it is that's next to it, it's like, we should probably start to pack up. As you hear that as you're leaving. The rest of you back at the tavern, it's not a tavern, but I can't remember what the hell it's called.
Bring it on.
Yeah, Brixton Ramen.
Bricks and ramen.
Yeah.
Oh, bricks and ramen.
Yeah. So all of that has transpired, and you guys have no idea what just happened back in New Thaldrum. You just saw him teleport away. He loves to press that button.
Really hope Glenn's okay.
And so your dad is like, well, if you need something to try to amplify the spell's effect of good and evil, I would maybe try going and talking to Jansen.
Wait, Jensen's still?
Jensen's still alive?
Well, no, this is Jansen.
Oh boy. I hope he's not like a discount version of Jensen.
Is Jansen related
to Jensen?
Well, of course.
Okay.
Well, it's a family business, so he took over and he has
Does he have the Tulare keep?
Yeah,
or
there
is he...
was Jensen
Oh,
and
no, he has his
Johnson
own
and Johnson.
important.
Jensen.
Do you
Now it's Johnson. Yeah.
Do you
Now
mind
it's Jansen.
taking us?
Is it
Oh, sure. It's at the top of our tower.
Oh, okay.
It's the top 4 floors.
Well, damn.
You
JJ
doing well
has done well for the last few centuries.
Oh, man.
We made that happen.
We made that.
I want to talk to my family, but magic items, so before we go.
So
You funded his schooling.
Shopping.
So you guys go up and
He's going to walk up and be like, here's your cut, 40,000 gold.
it gets kind of. It's
I
kind
did
of
make an angel investment of 1,000 gold.
You guys are going up this spiral staircase that's on the outside of this tower, and as you get to where the stairs should continue on the outside, they actually start to go into the tower, and the tower has now an outside. Well, it's like turns into a hallway.
Yeah.
And it's like a tighter spiral. So now instead of on the outside, it kind of goes in, and for the next few floors, you're kind of on the inside. And as you step up, you feel your foot hit some sort of pressure plate. And because you're getting up to where it looks like a dead end, and your foot hits a pressure plate, and you now see the bricks on the inside of this tunnel, because it's getting dark. This hallway now illuminates as if that pressure plate casted some sort of light spell. It's like a dancing lights put on each of these bricks, and it's like this glittering, fantastic, starry night almost. But it illuminates this hallway. And again, as you press that pressure plate, the whole circle above you goes and opens to a giant 4-story tall magic shop. It's
awesome.
It is the most ridiculous thing. It's like the Weasley's house in Harry Potter, where there's just like random contraptions just like flowing and flying across. And there's lots of noises and you hear mechanisms and magic, and it's just nothing you've ever seen.
It's a wet dream for you.
Yeah.
And once you get to the top and you start to walk around, you feel the floor shift back behind you as you guys go, and it re-solidifies. Welcome to JJ's.
Do we see Jansen?
Look at object.
Good lord.
So there's a whole wall of them, like different colors.
It's like I paid for this 400 years ago. You gotta take my word for it.
do.
It's
So-
my receipt.
So this is a beautiful shop, but it is not a busy shop. There's a lot going on, but it's not a lot of bustle of patrons. It's mainly objects and magical things.
Brooms sweeping by themselves and shit.
All kinds of funky shit, yeah. You are looking around and you do see, maybe on say on like the third level, you do see a younger looking man, it's probably in his mid-20s, who is working on something at a workbench that's facing out towards the sea. Because the top two layers, so floors 3 and 4, all open, kind of like a window, all open surround. So he has the mountains, you have the city down below, and you have the water. So he's up there on his workbench tinkering at something. He doesn't hear you guys coming. But you see him, assuming that's Jansen, there's really nobody else here. But
I'm gonna send a message to him. Hello.
And without looking back, he says,
Hi, how you doing? I'm doing well. I commissioned a headband of intellect 415 years ago.
Oh, are you Melicroft?
I am.
Perfect.
My God.
"Oh, come on up." and you say that, and you look around. There's not stairs.
I can throw you.
How?
I can go on up.
Say it.
Up.
Oh, that's cool.
And you start to hover. All of you have the fly ability right now. Essentially, just cast it on you once you're inside this building.
Oh wow.
Beautiful. That's cool.
So you all can just hover, and you have a fly height of up to 90 feet, which is how tall this or these 3-4 stories are.
Ah, shit.
So you all figure this out, but you get up to him, and he's again tinkering in his workbench, and he looks up at you, Melicroft, when you get there, and he has the classic like tinker's goggles, where he has 1, 2, 3, 4 magnifiers that he flips up from both sides, and he looks at you with wide eyes, and you thought he was in his 20s, 30s. He's like 13. He's like a kid, and he looks at you, and he's like, the headband of intellect. 1 second. And you see him just make this pattern in the air, and he undoes an arcane lock, but it's a trigger point to another spot. So you just hear, and then from another part of the room you hear. Says, I believe you're
Sitting
in
on a pillow for 400 years.
14. Yep, 14. And he turns and looks back up. And he goes, "Wow, you are fascinating. Is it rude to ask to look inside you?"
No.
He's a little forward.
People
Can I look inside you?
Does he look like Jensen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like not exactly, but you can tell that there's. You can tell he.
Say no, say not.
It's as if you would, make Jensen with a.
With his right.
AI.
Sure. The chest plate will split open, and it's just like corded, like banded iron.
Whoa. And he says, I am so sorry. I did not realize this was organic. That was so rude. Wow. Saw things I shouldn't have seen with that one, I'm sure. I don't understand it, but I feel there was a boundary.
Neither do I.
Again, row 14, headband. It's been paid for. It's been sitting in here for generations.
Mm-hmm.
They said you'd come back. Turns out you did. So
They said you'd come back.
Did Jensen leave anything else for us?
No.
Cool.
He said cool.
Do you have anything for sale?
Yeah.
We don't really do things for profit.
it's
Damn it.
mainly educational.
Retail investments suck.
Yeah, we the collective Johnsons have been doing this for generations.
Jensen Johnson.
No, this one's Jansen Johnson.
JJ.
Yeah, JJ. Jansen Johnson.
No need to make fun of that.
So
That's
you
just my
don't
job.
do it for a profit at all.
That was Cody laughing at it.
Damn.
We've collected money from patrons as just thoughtful gifts and grants and donations, but
That's not how Jensen did it.
I mean,
it is how he left it.
as an early investor in something that's quite lucrative as magical items, I'm really quite bummed. This isn't a massive money-making opportunity for me.
But Jensen wasn't in it for the money then either. It was for
Yeah, it was really just
educational
for, like,
purposes.
materials.
Yeah, he was an
Yeah.
intern.
I gave him a lot of money and I was in it for the money.
I mean, Jensen Prime, as we call him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
JPJ?
Are these clone?
That would be
No,
I was
awesome.
gonna say, are you doing a
That'd be crazy. I would never.
Simulacrum?
So Jensen Prime, he had a theory that all people deserved the knowledge of magic. But not all people can do magic. So we give them items to tap into the arcade. And that's what I'm all about.
That is so incredibly, disgustingly noble.
We're about to go fight a couple gods.
Well, that's
So,
cool.
got anything that'll help with that?
It's just so casual.
Hey, the more interested they are, the better they'll help.
I mean, listen, I'm fascinated by almost all of you guys.
Almost.
Most of you guys are insanely powerful looking.
Who's not? I'm not here.
Oh,
So it's one of y'all.
that's you, buddy.
I watch this.
My interested now?
It's like, listen, I can make something. I just don't have anything on the spot. I don't really have anything ready, but I can make something if you give me a couple of days.
We're leaving.
We don't have a couple of days.
We have magic healing potions, anything of that nature.
Sure. We have lots of potions.
How quickly can you generate spell scrolls?
Depends on the potency of the spell.
Level 1 spell.
Oh, a couple hours.
I mean, we can leave in a couple. And then go talk to my family. And leave.
I see her like. Yeah, a couple hours. I can.
Can I... How much per spell scroll of a level 1 spell?
Oh, free. We don't charge.
I need to commission as many
Keep
protection
saying
from...
words that require money.
Protection... I need scrolls of protection from good and evil. As many of them as I could possibly get.
Okay. When do you need them by? So I can make in the next. If it takes me an hour per scroll.
We can get 2.
However long you need.
Probably leave about 2
We
hours.
have to be quite
I can get you
quick
2.
about it.
I can do 2.
2. Sure.
Coming right up.
Thank you, sir.
Where are you going to be at? I can have them delivered by.
We will be at the Tillery residence.
Oh, across town. They won't let me fly my stuff in there, but I'll just drop it off at the front with one of the guards. Is that cool?
Perfect.
All right. And he gets to work back at his workbench. He pulls out a piece of parchment and he
Healing
has.
potions?
Oh yeah, on the shelf. Take what you need.
Yes.
Take what you need, so what do we get?
There's like,
What kind of potions we got?
There's like probably 10 or 15 different variety, all the way up to like, God, what did I call
Leave
it?
1 each.
Yeah, we'll say there's 9 of you. We'll just say that each of you get 1 superior and 1 greater.
Nice.
Um,
Thank you.
No need.
Oh my god, you're like, I can't wait for this final battle.
I will take his.
Yeah, I was
So 2 superior and 2 greater.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Well, you use it for other people too.
That's why I'm holding on to so many.
Yeah, what a nice guy.
It's because I will run out of spell slots eventually, and I'll be shoving potions in y'all's mouths.
In my mouth. Let's be real about this.
Probably shoving it in your mouth. I mean, it's potions.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else on the walls here, or is it literally just bare?
It's not bare. It's just it's got a bunch of shit that's not
done.
It's just a bunch of like projects that he has going on. It's more. It's an emporium. It's like
It's just a workshop.
It's a workshop. It's a big workshop that he loves having people come in and commission stuff, but he's not.
When you put this on.
He's not like, I'm making this and then I'll store it.
Exactly.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
And then I would like, unless we're still going to do more stuff here, I would like to go to the Tillery Estate.
I would ask him if he has any arrows that hurt incredibly more than normal arrows.
We don't have anything
I
like
can
that.
cast it,
That's
yeah.
alright.
I'm sorry. After I'm done with these
But it
scrolls, I
takes,
can get to working on something.
yeah,
but
just-
That's not a huge thing. Do you have any cool shoes? Or cool
But-
I like these
Yeah, I have
Crocs
to
of
cast
other
it, but it
kind,
takes
but I
one
don't
of
think
my
I
spell
need to be very
slots.
quiet.
Why?
What do you need to be?
Shit, me, I'll take them.
So I can try to modify them for you.
I mean, potentially
Because they are quite stylish.
They are
For some
quite
reason.
stylish. Exactly. For some reason, they're
Let me
quite
just double
stylish.
check.
Maybe something that makes them faster or allows
Sure
them to
do.
move quickly.
What's your current walk speed?
Or what's your intellect?
If it's
If I can
mobile,
help
I'm
I haven't used
So much is that a bonus for you?
for something like that.
And
that will be.
If you let him take your shoes for the next 2 hours,
I remember everything.
He'll include them in the delivery to the Tillery Estate, and he'll modify them to add 10.
How many attunements do you have open?
How long does it take to attune
I have
to
none.
it?
I wasn't trying to get items.
But again, that'll take away the quiet feature.
I was trying to look more for like.
So it won't be adding just 10. It'll take away the stealth.
Cloak
to make it
protection,
faster.
to that
So you're like
extent,
swapping.
but I don't have to attune. But I'll take.
think
I
it's
have
a
the
long
setup
rest,
that is going to benefit me most.
How long does it take to attune to an item?
One long rest.
What's the item?
The
Because it would be a long rest, but just depending on what it is, if it's story related.
it's my wing boots.
Aren't you already attuned to it?
She
I'm
can,
gonna give them to
she can
someone.
fly now.
I can fly
now.
She's gonna help me out.
Yeah.
Have a ring of protection.
I
Long
do.
rest?
A
Okay.
+1.
All right, I'm gonna.
I mean, I would because it gives a +1 to all my.
And I'm good.
Praise be to Erica.
I have my aura.
Keep praying.
I mean, yes, I would. It still helps my.
Is it boots of
Yeah,
flying?
but you don't know where they are. So
Yeah, it'd be middle of the city and I'm hoping someone finds me.
Yeah.
55.
I would.
So
It's
yeah,
really
I'm
good.
saying that.
Yeah, because then I don't have to
I was just
unattune
like,
and
got it.
small.
You have attune to that?
That's
Send it to me.
Alright.
And then I'll add it from there.
Oh. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
got my
I
belts, my
appreciate it.
glaive, and my bracers.
Shopping.
Oh.
What item management?
Or the bracers.
Alright,
give
so
me
what we're gonna
too much to
do,
get rid of that.
we're gonna head to the Tillery Estate. So as you guys walk down the stairs, you see Srev in the fire pit area of the Brazenham, and he's drinking in front of the hearth.
Well, I would have brought Clint.
Oh, with Clint. Wait, you brought Clint?
Yeah. I'm gonna leave him here,
But
but
now we have to roleplay that. I was just
He brought his pet Clint.
We have. Is Clint is familiar now?
I find Clint.
This is our party pet.
Okay.
That's him.
You guys see Clint sharing a
We
blue.
adopted Clint.
What do you do? God damn it.
Why do you have him?
oh well, they give them out for free. They're
No, the person, him.
oh, also for free.
He's not free.
Now it is.
He's worthless.
No, we're
I'm
gonna lie.
Who the fuck is this guy?
I'm Clint. I'm worthless.
So they killed him. I didn't like that. I brought him back, and I kind of feel responsible. So I'm gonna leave him here while we're fighting the big bad guys because this seems like the safest place so far. So, and then we'll come back and we'll get him when it's all over, and I'll take him back to the Red Crimson Dawn, and he can live there.
Alright.
Right, Clint?
I've never been happier.
Congratulations!
There's really no reason to argue with whatever you want.
I'm good.
Do you have an open attunement slot?
Well,
So
so
just tell me what
Do
you
you
need.
need to get rid of it?
Were you ever a ghost?
I don't know.
Okay.
You said
How do
you
you
wanted
know?
something
Okay,
protective.
was.
I
He was.
was-
Yeah, I was modify that when we're
So you guys head to the Flair Estate.
Yes.
And we'll say we're gonna end the session as you guys like are approaching the manor, because we're at 6 o'clock. So we're gonna end the session here as you guys are approaching the manor. But as you guys are getting pretty much right up there to the front, all of you see kind of a younger looking, half elven-esque being that a couple of you recognize as
Oh no.
and he's just standing there in front of the building, arms crossed, and the 2 guards that were usually there swaying behind him.
Fight them.
He's just. This is bullshit. That's what we're gonna end this.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh.
Alright, guys, first session in the
Oh my god! Woo!
Excited to watch it back.
Best session at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, I bet we can actually hear everyone besides just me.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear Trey go, I liked Clint. Revivify.
And yet.
We'll see.